You're about to listen to TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
687.
Hit it.
Hello, Internet. Welcome. Hey. Oh, hey. There you are. We were just waiting for you to show up. Come on. Come in. Have a seat. Let's talk a while. Actually, I don't know. I'm kind of a jerk. Why don't you listen, and we're going to talk a whole lot. How about that? Come in. Sit a while. Listen.
How about you talk for once?
We'll just sit here silently.
Go ahead.
Because we want to hear what you have to say.
Enjoy your 3-hour-long silent podcast. Every now and then I'm like, that's crazy.
Whoa. Oh, nice.
What
just
a
pop
bitch.
in and, oh, sweet. And do it like Wizard of Oz and Dark Side of the Moon.
Totally.
And see how it plays
Sync it
out.
up.
And see if it works.
It totally works. So we planned it.
That'll be our Patreon special. Tadpog listens to you. Well, today at Tyler and Dave and Ian Play Old Games, Ian is silent, we will talk about, courtesy of the randomizer, the Stone Protectors.
An interesting little franchise.
Stone Protectors.
I didn't know it existed.
I didn't either.
Until this game came up for the randomizer.
Yeah.
So I found out a lot of things that I feel like I should have known about, but also
Their stones of power glow.
I had a mortgage. When this came out, I had a mortgage, or I was at least, raising a family. And I think at that time my oldest was too young to be into anything like that yet. So I missed the
How
Stone
old
Protectors.
are you? There's no way. No way. This was like 94.
Yeah.
No, don't do this to me.
I had a 2-year-old in 1994. I was 20.
That makes me feel
19
that makes
going
me
on
feel
20.
too old. So let's not do that.
Okay. But I'm wrong. I did not have a mortgage. I was 10. I was renting.
yeah.
That's weird. See, I'm 49.
Yeah. This doesn't seem like, when you say that, it doesn't seem like much older than me. But when you do say that you had a mortgage in 1994, I'm like, yeah, I was 13 years old.
Didn't have a mortgage, but yeah, I was actively paying bills and rent and working and going to school.
Doing the real stuff.
Raising a child and all that good stuff.
I wasn't even jerking off yet. You had a mortgage.
I had definitely discovered the joys of my Kathy Ireland calendar in my room. Yeah.
Me too.
We bonded over
You're
that.
never too old for that.
Yeah, thanks for letting me borrow that, by the way.
No problem. No problem. Can I get it back? No?
Never.
Okay.
Hey, 13-year-old, here. Take this. I've got a mortgage now.
I was going to bury it in the woods, but fuck it. Let's cut out the middleman.
Gotta submit this to the creek. But
Anyway.
before we get to that, what you guys been up to? This is the first set, by the way. If you're like a big stonehead, that's what they call themselves, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
This is your first
Stoners,
episode.
I'm pretty sure. Every time I've heard that
there you
referenced,
go.
I think that's what they're talking about in that 70s show all the time, right? Stone Protectors.
That's what I've always thought.
Battle Trolls.
I mean, what else would they be talking about? It's definitely that.
It's that.
So we do the show in 3 different segments. The first one being like the intro, where we talk about what you've been up to, games, TV shows, then some kind of other segment. Lately it's been drafts. And then we do the game talk. Then we do the community corner. I feel like I just need to put it out there, explain it.
And the community corner has been thin lately, but
We had a good
just
quiz.
had
Game's
so
been
much
jumbo.
stuff. We had a great community corner last week for sure.
The games have been jumbo. The game segment has been growing, which I like.
I do too,
Because
I feel like it's easy to say, this game sucks,
Right.
Or it was fine,
Yeah.
or and then move on, but. We give a service here that most good video game, old Super Nintendo video game reviewers
I thought you were going to say most video game olds don't.
Yeah.
Those olds are
Those
pretty
olds.
quick.
I mean, it's true, though. Most of the video game olds don't. But the irony of it is that somebody, and I know we're not talking about the game yet, but somebody could play through Stone Protectors in a shorter amount of time than it takes us to talk about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially last week's episode.
Could have played through it 5 times. While listening to last week's episode.
Anyway, I haven't done anything other than watch TV and work, and movies. So I'm going to go through a list of stuff I've watched.
Ian's horror hole.
The horror hole.
I've been looking forward to this all week because I've watched. This is not to to interject,
no,
but
please.
I watched Deadstream. I watched VHS, and I watched one of the other ones that one of the other horror movies that you talked about.
All right. Well, before I get into my list for the week, then I would like to hear your take on Deadstream and VHS, and then maybe whatever if you think of the third one.
Host is the other one.
Host.
Yeah,
the host.
that you talked about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I liked them. All. VHS was like, man, VHS was hit or miss.
It was. And that tends to be the case with movies like that.
Right, with anthologies.
Because
but
the most recent one, there's like 5 stories, and one of them really sucks. And the others are fine.
They open up with they really set the tone with the sexual assault in the very beginning of the movie.
Yeah, they do.
Because I wasn't expecting that. And it's like, it was just kind of like, whoa, okay, that like came out of nowhere. These guys fucking suck real bad.
Yeah, they really do.
And like, I don't want to spoil anything about the movie, so maybe we talk about this off the mics, but I kind of feel like they didn't get it as bad as they should have.
Right. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Plus, not to mention the fact that the editors of the show, of the movie, were real fond of that scene.
I know.
Like, they kept showing it at the end over the credits. Just over and over. What these guys, I will spoil a little bit.
This is like the first 10 minutes of the movie.
It's these guys who are just fucking troublemakers. They run through town causing turning over trash cans, breaking into houses, destroying things, just being shitty people. And then in one part, they're in a parking garage and they run up behind a woman and grab her and pull her shirt up. So you see her breasts.
And it's like...
And it's clearly...
And that woman is like an incredibly good actor. Because
really
holy
looks,
shit, man. Like, and just like even her scream was
it
just
makes
like...
you wonder like, oh, fuck. No,
Did they tell her?
No, they told her.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Did they just pay her after the fact to get her genuine reaction?
But at the end, when they're running the credits, they show that scene again and
part
again
of a musical ensemble.
Yeah, as part of a fucking montage, or not a montage, but yeah, an ensemble.
Yeah, that kind of like...
It's like, y'all are real... You made your point. We get it.
Yeah.
So I totally am with you on that.
That bugged me. But
bugged me too.
But, and also some of it kind of like the next one, it was kind of confusing. Some of the editing was confusing because like the setup is that they were hired, that these shirt grabbers were hired to like get a VHS tape from a big house or something. Yeah. And while they're looking for the tape, they run across this other tape that has like a bunch of fucked up little shorts on it. And that's how they set up the anthology. Like each thing that we watch, each little story that we're shown is stuff that one of them is watching on the TV.
Yeah.
And I feel like the very first one, it was confusing to me because I was like,
is that the one?
Are those the same guys?
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, they didn't really like set up that these guys that broke into the house were kind of like the crypt keeper, between
between
the
queef
videos,
keepers.
The queef keepers were kind of like the transition into, there was a story going on there, and then it would transition into the next tape.
The crypt queefers.
That's really hard to say. I bet. It sounds hard to say. But anyway, so you liked the movie generally speaking, aside from that?
Yeah, although like I probably like that one the least out of all. Like I liked it. I liked it. Was like, this is cool. I'm not gonna watch the other ones. It was kind of one of those.
The other ones, I think they are better. I think they get a little bit more.
Okay, well maybe I will then.
But it's not. I'm not trying to say that it diverts very much from the format, but it's different enough, and the stories I think mature a little bit and get a little better.
Some of them I really liked. Like some of them I thought were really strong. Yeah. A reoccurring theme in that movie, though, in VHS is it feels like in every single one of them, someone falls downstairs and breaks an arm and a leg. I mean, it was like at least 3. It happens like 3 times in the movie.
It becomes a trope within that movie.
Which, I mean, I get. It's like, that's the falling down while being chased. Like, that's a trope already. But I mean, it's just funny because it's like, maybe it's just because they're all like POV cam, like kind of thing, where it's like, it'd be cool if we threw this fucking camera down some stairs. And like all the filmmakers
get the broken bone kit. We're doing another fucking falling down the stairs.
And then some of them I thought were really cool because like there's one about like this couple that's on like a road trip, and this like strange woman like approaches them and asks them for a ride, and it's all like creepy and shit. And then like you're shown like a POV of like somebody in their hotel room after like they're asleep and all that. And
that was a good one.
That's a good one because it just kind of fucking ends.
Yeah.
Like it's a short one too. And it's just like, oh fuck.
Yeah, it's good. I liked that one a lot. That one gave me the fucking will.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good one. But then there's also like, and I don't want to fucking like, it's hard to talk about because I want to talk spoilers and shit. But like, there's another one I thought that was just awful, and it's where like this girl like takes some friends up to the woods, and then they're like attacked by a glitch man.
Oh yeah,
I didn't like that one. I thought that one was.
It was just a way for them to show off
a
little
some special
effects things, which is like whatever.
He's just a man made out of glitches.
So missing the glitch Pokemon.
Yeah, right. If they would have gone,
don't catch missing no, don't do it.
That would have been better, I think.
Well, if they, the unfortunate side effect in movies like that, especially modern movies where you've got a lot of people kind of doing the streaming movies with horror, and it's all webcams and GoPros and things of that nature. They're going to have to like ramp up the technology to match with sort of what you're seeing. We're in the video age, right? And I think to an extent, I liked the effect.
Sure.
But it was a stupid
It
story.
was kind of, it was kind of a dumb story.
Like you got to take the good with the bad, I guess. But I'm anxious to know though, because I really hyped up Deadstream.
Well, I want to say that. Sorry, but that the last part of VHS, the haunted house one, is amazing. It's where like because it's great because it's like the setup is these like 4 college age guys are trying to find a Halloween party, and they wind up at a real haunted house and don't realize it. And then while they're there, they do realize it. But like the setup of that is it's so great, and it's like the decisions that they make in that are really good too. And it's like that was a really entertaining one.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I agree with you about the decisions thing. It's like yes, finally.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, it was
logic prevailed at least as best as it could.
Yeah. Deadstream.
I hyped up Deadstream pretty hard. I loved that movie.
I liked it.
Did you?
Yeah, I liked it. It was it's funny because I forgot about you saying that it was reminiscent of Evil Dead.
Right.
Tree rape.
Because I talked about tree rape so much, my brain was just like, stop listening and just like wait for opportunities to bring up tree rape.
Like you do.
So I forgot about that.
Right.
So when I was watching it, there's a scene where like he's the streamer guy in the haunted house is like hiding in a closet, and he has like he's pulled a blanket over him to like hide. And at one point he's like trying to get it together, and he pulls the blanket off over his head and puts it in his lap. And he's like trying to talk him. He's like trying to give himself like a encouraging talk. And then like he lifts the blanket off of his lap, and the ghost head is in his lap and bites his nuts. And that's when I was like, oh yeah, Ian did say this was like Evil Dead.
I love that movie. Big fan.
It was good.
Big fan.
I liked it. Yeah, it was good. And then by then I started to forgive it a little bit because I was up until that point I was like, man, this ain't scary like at all. It's not scary. I mean, it's like got all the effects. It's got like all the accoutrement of like a scary movie, but it's very much like it's a comedy.
It's a comedy.
It's a comedy first.
It's a comedy, yeah.
And it was also like, I think I was annoying Nikki because she was watching it, and it's a predictable, like it's a predictable movie,
and it's supposed to be.
So like every time I'd be like, oh yeah, he shouldn't have done that. That was
I did that shit too.
that was an elder sign, I'm pretty sure.
But oh God, I know. I did the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? But anyway,
But it was good.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed
it. And it's a
it.
cool take on the genre.
It
and
was fresh as fuck as far as I'm concerned. I really thought it was nice.
My favorite thing about it is during the whole movie he's got chat running.
I don't know. I couldn't help but read the chat.
I know, and it's great. And it's
I feel like I probably missed some stuff because I was reading the chat bubbles.
I definitely did, because I was trying to split my attention between chat and like what's going on. But my favorite thing about it is it's so cool because it's like at a point in the movie, and this isn't like a major spoiler or anything, but at a point in the movie, he loses Chad. And that's when the movie like is actually scary for the first time.
Yeah.
Because like, even though he's alone in the house, it doesn't really feel like he is, because there's this constant stream of chat. And then something happens. And when that thing happens, it's just like the chat is gone. And all of a sudden it is a horror movie.
And you know what?
His OBS dies. Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
I've been
pretty
there.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've all been there, I think.
Yes, we have.
Just not in a haunted house.
Right. Well, and I think it was funny too, because I think that a lot of the shit that would have otherwise been caught on camera wasn't. And so I wondered if he thought, God, nobody's going to believe me.
Right.
When I say that
Well,
this
no.
happened. But then it comes back and it's like real shit is happening on a live stream.
It's very cool. It's a very cool premise, because like people are watching the stream and like they're sending him videos about, oh, you fucked up. This is the thing that you did. There's an expert here in chat on it. And they send a video explaining how he fucked up, and
Yeah, at one point they bring this old lady on to help him try to fix the problem and to undo kind of what he did wrong. And she starts going into this big long-winded thing, and he's just sitting there like, hurry up. Hurry up. Just get to the part where you tell me what to do. It was just fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And they build tension in that way.
Yeah.
And they make you nervous for what's fucking going on outside of where he's at.
Yeah.
And it just
It's cool.
It was a neat,
It's cool.
a neat movie.
it is really neat.
I would like to see more from that guy, from that director, if it manages to stay as creative and as technically well executed as it was. So yeah, I'm really glad you liked that movie.
I did. Yeah. Thanks for recommending it. And I liked Host as well.
Yeah, and this was the one about the group of friends that in fresh quarantine after COVID started having a seance over Zoom. Actual Zoom.
And I thought my favorite thing, this is going to sound so shitty, I did like the movie. Here are my two favorite things about it. It's like a little over 1 hour long.
Right, it's short as fuck.
And it doesn't need to be any longer.
No,
than that.
it doesn't.
It really doesn't.
It's right to the point, tells the story and leaves.
It's all like, and it's very character driven. Like, it's not. There's very little narrative to the movie. It's
Right.
just they're having a seance. These are the characters, and it's like you kind of get to know the characters' personalities, and then the shit starts happening, and it's a lot of fun. My second favorite thing is, and actually probably my first favorite thing, is how they do the credits.
Oh my God,
I
the
love
credits!
how they do the credits.
It was
in this
brilliant.
movie.
They to show the credits in this movie, they bring up a Zoom contact list, and everyone in the contact list is who did the shit in the movie, and they just sort of scroll. Just literally scrolls, like someone's got a mouse and they're scrolling the wheel, and it'll scroll down a page and show the credits of the names of the people that were in it as Zoom contacts. So
that's
yeah,
cool.
it was really neat. The way that they framed it, it felt very true to life in the sense that we've all had to be in countless Zoom and Teams and stuff meetings since COVID and since the pandemic. And I thought, it's cool that someone jumped right on that and did it well.
Yeah, it was cool.
Wasn't shitty at all.
And the effects are really nice
Yeah.
because they're all done through like the filter of Zoom, so it's like a lot of the stuff's really creepy because it's not done in like a high budget kind of look. It's all done in this like webcam kind of style.
And there's this one, this may be a little spoilery, so jump forward a couple minutes, but one of the participants in the seance has a background that she recorded
God.
of herself in her bedroom coming out of the bathroom
Fucking with a drawer,
getting
she's
something
like
out of the
brushing her
drawer,
teeth.
brushing her hair, brushing her teeth. But so that's like her animated background, right? And at some point, she's no longer in the conference call, but that background continues to just run. And get based on what's happened to her, it's creepy as fuck because you see that just continuing to run, and you know she's fucking dead. You know,
Yeah,
so
because she leaves and then like technically doesn't come back.
Yeah,
I don't want to give too much away.
No, that's all I'm gonna say.
But that loop, the thing involving that loop was like probably one of the scariest.
Oh, it was terrifying
things in the movie.
Yes, it was.
That got Nikki real bad.
Did it?
Yeah, or real good, I guess.
Yeah, good is better.
Do you? I feel like we've talked about this. You like found footage horror films?
I
right?
do. I
do too.
I do. Very much.
There's one I want to recommend to you that Guitar Man Dalton recommended to me last year, and I watched. I think I pulled it up. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's a Korean horror film called Ganjam.
Okay.
It's Gonjiam, Haunted Asylum.
Oh.
And the reason I thought about it is Deadstream made me think about it. This is not a funny movie like Deadstream is, but the premise is the same, where it's like we have a live stream going and we're going into this haunted location for the views and for the sponsorship kind of deal. So it's kind of got this similar angle. It's got one of the guys from Squid Game in it as well.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
So
love that whole cast of that movie.
I think
show.
it's
So yeah.
I think it's the guy who played the cop. If it's been a while since I've watched it, but I think it's him. It like to the point where it's like it was weird because we watched it like literally like 3 days after we finished watching Squid Game. So it was like, oh, this is weird. That's
that's the guy.
Is this the same universe? It's
probably not.
It's definitely not.
So if you don't mind, I'm just going to go through this week's list of stuff. Maybe I'll recommend something else you'll like.
Yeah.
To start off, of course, I've got to mention The Office again. I'm in halfway through season 8 now.
I'm
almost done.
You're on the last leg.
I'm almost done. I definitely 100% did not get teared up when Michael proposed to Holly. It did not happen.
No, I believe you.
I did not choke up and almost cry, I promise.
Sure, why would I not?
It was not a touching and wonderful moment at all.
Yeah, I got nothing. Yeah.
What about Scott's Tots? Did you enjoy that one?
Didn't bother me.
Really?
Really?
But at that point, I was numb to the cringe.
There you go.
I am over it. So
Okay.
I do like the show. It's funny. I dig it. I think I'm really super glad that Will Ferrell was only in it for 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Because
The
I was
only part I skip on a rewatch.
stop. I was
Really?
gonna stop watching if he was gonna continue to be the manager of the
I
show.
love Will Ferrell, but man, those are the worst episodes of The Office.
Agreed.
I like Will Ferrell.
I like him.
I wouldn't say I
love
love
the guy.
Will Ferrell.
I like a lot of his work.
It depends. I like a lot of his work too, but I feel like a lot of his work depends on who's with him.
I get that. Yeah.
Because I mean, like, I think Anchorman's really good, but I think Anchorman's like I like him in Anchorman, but it's got like a really good supporting cast.
Oh yeah.
That would be nothing. without
Step
that
Brothers,
cast.
I think
Same.
is
John C. Riley.
him and John C. Riley
Same
together
with-
are fucking
yeah,
like
Talladega Nights.
That's a good team
Yeah,
up
it
right
is.
there. Because I love John C. Riley, and I can take him in single doses, but
Yeah.
Will Ferrell alone is rough.
Well,
for
John
me.
C. Riley is one of those guys who can actually be in serious
Yeah,
movies
sure.
and pull it off. He was the sheriff in Dolores Claiborne.
Oh, really? I haven't seen that.
And he's been in he was in Gangs of New York. He's
Right?
been in
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
stuff.
Man, I haven't seen that movie in a long
Great
time.
movie.
It's a good movie.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
But Will Ferrell can't be in stuff like that. I know he did I know he and Kristen Wiig did a Lifetime movie together.
What?
On a goof.
Is it funny?
No. Like they do it and they play serious roles in the movie as a joke.
Is Meredith Baxter Burney in it?
Probably somewhere, or at least a producer. I can't remember the name. It's not Without My Something, whatever. I don't know what it is. But they were in it together, and the movie is I haven't seen this movie, but it's totally serious. But they did it as a joke to see if they could pull it off.
Gotcha.
Which is fine, but I don't feel like it would work.
That doesn't
'Cause
necessarily
Will Ferrell
make
in
for a
a
good
serious
movie.
role ain't gonna work for me. But and again,
Just you mentioning, have you seen The Spoils of Babylon?
no.
because that is Kristen Wiig. It feels like a Lifetime-ish sort of movie or like The Great Gatsby. It's weird in that. So it's Tobey Maguire, Kristen Wiig, and what's his name from The Sixth Sense? The kid.
Oh,
Bruce Willis?
Oh,
Child Bruce Willis?
Child Bruce Willis.
fuck! I know exactly. I know his name. If you hadn't asked me, I could tell you.
Because like it's the first thing I'd seen him in since like The Sixth Sense. Like he's an adult and he's a strange looking adult. But
It's not Osmond, is it?
Haley Joel Osment. Yeah, there you go.
Osment. Okay.
There's only one season. Came out in 2014, but it is the most bizarre. I think you would absolutely love it because it is. It's I can't even say it skewers. It is its own thing. Mm-hmm. So that would be my rare recommendation. The Spoils of Babylon, one season, a very very strange weird comedy.
Where did it run?
IFC.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I might check it out. I mean, look, Kristen Wiig can play, perfectly serious roles. She's actually a good actress. She happens to excel at comedy, but she can do that, just like John C. Reilly can.
Uh-huh.
It's just Will Ferrell just is kind of in one lane, and if he ever comes out of it, and I feel like I don't know, I just didn't find his episodes of The Office funny, and his whole character. It was D'Angelo Vickers, I believe, is his name. In that,
Yep.
It just didn't work.
Yeah.
It just didn't work for me. I was glad they took his character off. I love the little cameos.
Jim Carrey.
They had a Jim Carrey cameo. They had the Ricky Gervais cameo, which was obviously a call out to the original series. Oh fuck! They had a couple of really good cameos when they were transitioning, towards Andy being the manager or whatever, and then James Spader, of course, ended up. And I like a lot of people I know do not care for this Spader's character in the show.
Oh, Robert
I think
California's
I think he's great.
I think he's probably right up there in my top 5 favorite Office characters.
I'm having a really hard time because I don't want to spoil shit, and I can't remember the timeline after Michael leaves. I still watched, but I didn't like really watch. So it's like I forgot the timeline of bosses after he leaves because there are several where it's like, oh yeah, that was good. And so I don't want to say anything because I don't know where you are and I don't know the order in which things happen.
Gotcha.
So when you're done, we'll talk.
Sure. Yeah, I'll be done by this time next week for sure. Anyway, going back to my list because I don't want to run too long on my part today. I've got 2 more really good horror movies and 1 really horrible horror movie that I'm going to bring up today.
Okay.
The first one is called. The first 2 are Terrifier and Terrifier 2.
Okay.
This is Terrifier 2 was just recently released, like last week.
Okay.
Terrifier, it's a clown movie.
Oh,
Only
okay.
this is like a clown that like one of those mime clowns.
Okay.
Only he's super scary looking.
He's super loud.
Completely doesn't know how to be a mime, but he's really scary. He's really super scary looking. The guy that does him is a professional kind of mime type guy, and his makeup is horrifying. He makes Pennywise the clown look like a rank amateur because this guy is, first of all, he's terrifying because he never speaks. He only uses gestures. He's always making big scary smiles as he's, murdering people. He's a sadistic asshole. Just kills for the sake of killing. There's no motivation. There's no explanation as to who he is or why he does what he does. His name's Art the Clown. And it is absolutely horrifying. And art is subjective. These are the some of the goriest movies I've ever seen. And they use practical effects for everything.
Nice.
It
Okay,
is.
that's cool. How old are they? I mean, I know you said
Terrifier,
2 just
I think, came out in like 2016 or 2015, 2016. And it was very indie, very low budget, whatever. And then, but he ended up doing a Kickstarter or Indiegogo or something for the second movie. And his goal was to raise like $50,000. And his first movie had garnered such a following that he earned like $3 million.
And I hope he was like, and I'm still only going to spend $50,000.
Right.
I'm just going to keep the
I
rest of this.
told you I needed 50 grand.
Because if I spend all of this money on the movie, it's going to be incredibly different than the movie that you love, right?
Well, you'd think.
Chairs or a printer, or you turn back in the surplus budget and you go to Burlington Coat Factory.
Do you remember? Do you remember recently when you brought up the movie Bone Tomahawk to me?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that it was recently, but
Well,
time's a flat
and
circle.
recently, I mean, in the last year.
Yeah.
You brought up Bone Tomahawk.
Yeah, I love
and
that movie.
I hadn't. I thought I had seen it, and you're like, if you'd seen it, you know. Mm-hmm. You're right. I hadn't seen it, and now I have seen it.
Oh, is that the terrible one?
Huh?
Is
No,
that-
no. No, I'm using this as a setup for something else.
Okay.
The scene in Bone Tomahawk, you know the one.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
The scene.
There's one of those in Terrifier, only it's 10 times fucking worse.
Jesus. Terrifier 1?
Yeah.
Okay, I have to watch it then.
Definitely watch it.
I have to watch it.
Now, Terrifier 2 just recently came out. Of course, it was a big deal because he got all this money that he wasn't expecting to get, and it picks up right where the first one leaves off. And it is terrifying. It's good. It's a great.
It lives up to its name.
It lives up to its name. It's a great movie.
Okay.
But it's 2.5 hours long.
That's a long ass horror movie.
That is a super long slasher film. Now, I will
Does-
tell you, it did not feel like 2.5 hours.
Does Art get all of the Infinity Gems by the end of the movie, or just half of them?
They leave that up in the air.
okay.
They do. But anyway, I'm not going to go too much. I just
Is
want
this
to.
on Shudder?
Terrifier 2 is on Shudder.
Okay.
I don't know where you're going to find Terrifier.
Oh, did you have to rent it or something, or you watched it a long time ago?
No, I just recently watched it. I just don't remember what platform we watched it on.
Okay.
Because Gage has friends in the industry, and sometimes they'll send him, videos that we can watch, movies that are in limited release or haven't been released everywhere or whatever. I just don't remember where it is. It may be on Hulu.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna find
But
this.
find Terrifier and watch Terrifier 1 and 2 and let me know. Just be warned, it's very gory. And it makes you laugh at how absurdly scary it is. Just like the way this guy acts is he's just such a dick. He's such a dick. I mean, it's bad enough that he's murdering people, but the way he does it and the way he it's almost like he's clearly having fun doing it, and it's just it's nuts.
I've seen stills from this movie.
Okay.
Yeah. I've seen
The
stills
clown
from
is
this
hard to
movie.
fucking forget.
Yeah, absolutely.
You see him once and you're like, oh, yeah, I know. I've seen that somewhere.
I've definitely seen. I haven't seen this movie, but I've definitely seen this face before.
Okay, so check out Terrifier and Terrifier 2. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say Terrifier and Terrifier 2, 4 stars. Check them out. Love them. Love these movies.
What's the horrible one?
Oh, my God. So we've been going through.
Home Alone 3.
It is. We've been. No, it's the reboot of Home Alone that just came out last year, which is on Disney, which is terrible.
Did you watch that one?
I watched at it. Cohen wanted to see
Yeah.
it.
No, not good. I assume bad.
No,
Yeah, okay.
it's stupid.
That's because someone sold their soul to get Home Alone off the ground in the first place. So
right.
all the
Exactly.
spinoffs are going to be bad because they're not selling a soul.
Exactly.
So
They need flesh to bind the ritual.
We recently got Hulu.
Okay.
That was the one streaming service I didn't have. But we had some other stuff we were monthly
Do you
paying
have the
for, and
Criterion Collection streaming service?
I do not.
Me neither, but this one I always
That's
say.
The
thing?
major ones
Yeah.
I'm thinking of. Yeah, Gage. I think Gage has that.
Yeah.
He's a big Criterion
Yeah.
nerd. He loves those.
There are so many like bespoke streaming
Yeah, it
services
is.
like that. Yeah.
Very like niche, but we finally got Hulu, and so we've been going through their horror movie collection, which is significant. I mean, I didn't realize Hulu was as good as it is.
Yeah,
So
Hulu's pretty great.
Glad we got it. And this movie is called
Just in time for them to raise the prices.
I bundled it with my Disney
Oh, okay,
Plus.
there you go.
But I already know they're raising the price in December. I budgeted for that.
Good.
Like
It's not crazy.
It's
but
not
I
a
mean,
lot,
but
but-
still, it's like
I canceled.
in a few more years, it will be.
right. That's right. Yeah.
I canceled something like $17 or $18 worth of streaming stuff that I wasn't watching ever. and then upgraded this to the $20 one with no ads. That's Disney Plus. I don't watch the ESPN.
You can do it with no ads now through Disney Plus?
Yes.
Oh, shit, I gotta get on that.
But I'm still ahead by like $7. I'm still, And
now you can watch Chainsaw Man.
Now I can watch Chainsaw Man,
good,
which
man.
is something
It's
I
good.
definitely am going to do. The movie that I'm going to shit on, but I still want everyone to watch so they can shit on it, is called Dash Cam.
Okay.
And of course, it kind of falls into that same genre of live streaming and things. And I thought, oh God, well, we just watched this great Deadstream movie. This is a good thing. Let's watch. This is the biggest piece of shit I have seen in a long time. The last movie I hated as much as I hated this one was Cabin Fever. The original Cabin Fever movie by Eli Roth, starring Ryder Strong from Boy Meets World.
Oh, no, I know the one you're talking
It's
about.
awful. I hate that fucking movie.
Oh, no, I was thinking of Cabin Boy.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Elliott.
Chris Elliott.
Yeah.
That is not to be confused with Cabin in the Woods, which is a masterpiece.
Sure.
But Cabin Fever was my most hated and remains one of my most hated movies. Now, they've remade it since. Eli Roth signed off on it. The remake is better, but the original Cabin Fever was shit. This movie is worse than that. It's called Dash Cam. It stars this woman named Annie Hardy. And she did this thing, and I'm not.
She invented Hardee's.
She did.
And Annie's Pretzels.
Yeah.
Prolific.
And it's
She's very, she's a prolific eatery.
It's the story of her starting these companies, which wasn't a horror movie at all, which is why it was so terrible. No. She does this thing called, in the movie, and I think she does it in real life, and it's called Band Car.
Band car.
And basically,
B-A-N-D?
B-A-N-D. And she drives around in the car live streaming, and like people will throw up words and names and stuff, and she just makes up songs and raps about them as she goes.
Okay.
Well, so she takes this character, and there's this movie that she's in, and she's doing this, only her character in the movie is this complete garbage right-wing internet personality that just hates, fuck Obama, fuck vaccines, this is fuck liberals, it's
Tori, what's her name?
Stereotypical person, that right-wing type that you always, to the max. And she drives around, is doing this thing, and this is at the, again,
Tommy Lauren, that's who it sounds
oh, okay.
like. Yeah.
Well, again, this is during quarantine. This is when COVID, now this movie is recent, but it takes place when COVID was just pandemic and quarantined and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Of course, she doesn't wear masks anywhere, and she yells at people that tell her to put her mask on and gets in fights with the people, and it's just this, she's a fucking moron and acts the part a little too well. She ends up going to London to catch up with an old bandmate, and ends up stealing his car and going to get food at a restaurant that mistakenly took her DoorDash order or her online order. When she gets to the restaurant, it's closed. When she goes in, this old lady says, "Hey, we're closed. I'll refund your money, but hey, can you do me a favor? I'll give you this stack of cash if you'll give this woman here a ride." And the woman turns out to be some kind of monster. Okay, and I don't care if I'm spoiling this, because there were a lot of things in this movie that were fine. The special effects were pretty good. It had some really scary moments, and it actually would have been a good movie if anybody but this woman had been in it. Because what I read was that apparently they were going to get an actual actress to play her in the movie, and that she wanted to be in it, and they finally convinced them to let her be in it. And so she'll be like driving around and rapping and making these stupid raps. Did you ever see the movie The Visit by M. Night Shyamalan?
The Visit? No, I don't think so.
It's kind of the take on the Hansel and Gretel thing.
Oh,
almost,
no,
or the
definitely
Big Bad
haven't.
Wolf or whatever type of deal. A couple of kids go to their grandparents' house, and weird shit happens.
Okay.
And it's actually a really good movie. Highly recommend it. Anyway, the kid is like this little white kid, and he raps, okay? And he's really kind of bad at it, but it's charming and it's funny, and it works.
Yeah.
She is a terrible, terrible rapper. She cannot improv.
A rapist is what they're
rapist.
Yes, it's
spelled
true.
the same, different meaning. Every other word is like something about dick in my ass and
All right, it's my kind of rapper.
Yeah.
fuck the. I ain't getting. I hated this movie.
Yeah.
Evil Dead trees I took in my ass.
It's true.
That was better.
Driving around, putting that shit on blast.
Way better.
Yeah, it's
You're
pretty
already
good.
ahead of her at this, and you've just been doing it for like 25 seconds.
Well, he's not owning libs though yet. Wait till he gets to that part.
Get to the owning libs part, and you'll have it. It was a huge mistake, this movie, and I really don't want to be the only one that saw this and hated it.
I'm not gonna watch that one.
I know you're not, and that's fine. But honestly, check it out if you want to be annoyed to death. Otherwise, just avoid it
Oh.
at all costs.
It sounds horrible.
Every review I read about this movie said the same thing. It would have been better if anybody but her had been in it, and her rapping and her stupid. Speaking of credits, the whole time they've got the same deal going, like in Deadstream, where there's chat going.
Oh, okay.
She's live streaming, and the chat is scrolling up the screen, and you can read the little messages and stuff, and those were funny. But at the end, they do something similar where they'll have the names coming up in the chat bubbles for the credits, and she's in the car driving and making up raps about the people's names. And we couldn't even make it to the end of the credits. It got so annoying, we had to turn it off and be like, I'm not going to finish watching the credits.
Does she even know the 5 best rappers of all time?
But anyway, I had to throw that in there for good measure.
Yeah.
Awful fucking movie. But if you want to see what I'm talking about, it's called Dash Cam. It's on Hulu right now.
Yuck. All right.
It is mercifully only a little over an hour long.
Okay, I might actually watch it.
Without credits, it's about an hour 6.
All of a sudden, I'm almost sold on it. That runtime that's nice.
It might be. I can't. I'd love to hear anyone else's take on it, but if you don't watch it, you're lucky.
I'd rather watch Terrifier. It sounds like.
Just watch Terrifier. Forget I said anything. All right, let's go on. Move on. I've talked long enough. What do you got going on, Dave?
I mean, I watched all those movies that you talked about.
Okay.
So that's pretty much, I did that. I've been playing a game called What the Golf. Have you heard of What the Golf?
I heard of it. I don't know much about it, though.
It's pretty funny. It's a pretty funny game. It's been on my radar since before it came out, but it went on sale recently. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and scoop this up now that's on sale. Seems like a good Steam Deck game. And it's essentially it's very difficult to explain. It's a golf game, kind of. Everything in the game is based around the golf mechanic of you hold down a button and that determines how hard you swing, and then you let go, wherever you let the button go. And then there's an arrow that you point in the direction that you want to hit the ball. But the thing is, it goes there's one actual hole of golf, and then all of a sudden it goes completely off the rails, and it's it starts to feel almost like a WarioWare game, because it's every hole is kind of its own mini game, but they're all built around that mechanic of you hold the button down and then let go to determine your power, and then you point the arrow where you want it to go. There's a level where it's Super Mario Brothers World 1-1, and you control Mario strictly by like you would a golf game. You point the arrow where you want Mario to go, and then you hold the button down that determines how far he jumps.
Oh.
And then
that's messed up.
It's totally messed up. All of a sudden you're you're in space all of a sudden. And it's dreamlike, because it's there's no it's just all these transitions, these jarring transitions where it's how the fuck did I end up in space? So it's really good. I recommend.
So is it like that the basketball game in Dead Space, to where you're running from necromorphs and trying to survive. And if you
No.
want to get all the achievements, you have to play a really long, weird game of zero-G basketball.
No, fortunately, it's not. Even though I did get that achievement for that necro basketball. No, that's like, because in that game, that was all that was. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like that one mini game where it's like, that's all that it was. This is like constantly changing. At one point, I don't want to spoil this, but it's fantastic. And there's so many moments in the game like this. At one point in the game, you are the golfer and you're at a regular ass hole and you've got your golf club and you go to swing. And then when you actually swing, instead of you hitting the ball, you launch the golfer. And it's just a moment where it's like, so many times in the game, like your brain is like, "Whoa, it just glitched," and then it catches up, and it's like, no, that's how they designed it like this.
That's awesome.
So it's kind of a mind fuck, but like in a good way.
Cool.
It's cool. I like it.
What the golf?
What the golf?
All right.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's good. And then I'm caught up on Chainsaw Man. Still loving that show. It's
I'm in. I'm
it's
gonna watch
real
it.
good. It's real good. It's real good. And I think that you would dig it a lot. The
Okay.
character, like some of his motivations, I think, are in line with some of the anime that you said that you like to watch. And
okay.
so, and there's like, because like, I don't want to, it's not really a big spoiler, but it's like his big thing right now is that he wants to touch boobs. That's like his big thing. And it's like, what's
does sound a lot like something I've been watching, or I was watching, the high school one, the Demon High School thing. I can't remember the name of it now.
but it's like, what's nice about it is like the art style is like juxtaposes that, because that's like when I think of anime where it's like that's the protagonist's like main goal, I think of a certain art style, and this is definitely different. This is like a darker style, and it's a really good show. And this is rare where I watch a show and I'm like, man, I kind of want to read the manga. Naruto was like that, where it's like, oh man, I kind of want to read the manga, especially when like we got caught up, where like the show like was like, oh, we got to do filler now until like more story is made.
Oh.
That's when I was like, oh, I'm going to read some of the manga. And then I was like, I read 2 of them. I was like, I'm good. I already watched this. You
Well,
know?
that's why I love Naruto. But out of the 10 seasons of that show, 5 were filler.
Yeah.
It's fucking
It's a lot.
nuts.
It's a lot of filler, right?
Like after watching like Naruto and Sasuke with you,
Yeah.
all filler until like the last 10 minutes. You might get a minute or two of canonical Sasuke training with the Orochimaru. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, I kind of fell off after that point.
You can just start shipping and then.
Yeah,
I mean,
I mean, yeah, that's what people have said. I know you've said that. Like Nikki's brother has said that. I just think there's just been so much space between all of it, and there's like so much stuff that like is new that I want to watch, and like that's taking up a lot of my time. Henry's interested in it, so I mean,
Oh,
if he starts watching
hell
it, I'll probably watch it with him. Hell yeah.
I do want to start watching with Kenna. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, he's pointed out several times before where it's like, oh, Naruto, and it's like, oh, how do you know about Naruto? So yeah, Chainsaw Man, it's real good. Spy Family, I'm still on that. That just kind of picked back up not a couple weeks ago, and that's a really good show too. A really good show. That's like a feel good kind of. They do a good job of mixing like action and excitement with just like some good feels. Yeah.
Cool.
Good message to that one. It's like, it's weird. It's like one of those where it's like, it's wholesome, just a wholesome show, but also very exciting and engaging. And it's kind of like a period piece. It's like set in that time period where like, the Full Metal Alchemist time period, like kind of like
okay.
that
Yeah,
era. And it's very much set in like somewhere in Europe. It's like vaguely European,
Yep.
because everyone's using forks and like shit like that, and like they'll have all the architecture and stuff is European. So yeah, it's cool.
I have one thing I need to add real quick that I just remembered, and I found this to be extremely cool. Found out today, you may have heard, from the new Simpsons Treehouse of Horror
Yeah, I saw this.
is going this week. That's, of course, this is, as of this episode, it would have been a few days ago. This year's Treehouse of Horror features one of the segments is going to be done as a tribute to Death Note. And the whole thing is done in anime style by the studio that did
It looks
Death
real
Note,
good.
and it looks fucking
It looks
amazing.
It looks real good.
Of course, I know Death Note wasn't for you.
No, it
but
wasn't.
I watched it all
Yeah.
and I fucking loved it.
And
I cannot fucking wait to see this. The images from it. Because, you used to go to DeviantArt and look at alt images of, like,
Right,
Homer and Mario. And, they do, like, serious, weird, but dark art.
Sure.
I've seen...
the dark arts.
The dark arts of DeviantArt. I've seen stuff on DeviantArt that looks just like this. Homer looks the same as he does in a lot of that stuff in anime-style Simpsons.
It's very cool that they're doing this.
It looks really neat. The teaser shows Lisa walking down Springfield, which looks a lot like Japan now. It's just done in that style.
It's cool.
It's anime Lisa Simpson with the Death Note in her hand, walking down oh God, it's
It looks really cool. I think it's
Gage
really
showed me
neat
that, and I was just
that.
like, holy fuck. That's got my number. I cannot wait for that.
I wonder,
First time I've
is
looked,
Millhouse L? Is he just?
oh, he might be.
Him?
He might be. First time I've looked forward to the Treehouse of Horror, and I always do. They're always good. I always love Treehouse of Horror, but this one's got me. I am going to be in front of the TV for that one on Sunday.
I've been tempted to give Death Note another try with Nikki because I think Nikki would actually probably like it more than I did. So I don't know. I might give it another go.
Well, I very much liked it.
A lot. Everybody does. I very much feel like I missed.
To a point,
There's something about it that I missed.
There's a point in the show.
It didn't hit for me.
It has its sour notes.
Exactly. I feel like there's actually a point in the series where it kind of jumps the shark.
Oh, 100%.
And it just like
what the fuck were they thinking?
Fuck happened
for
here?
like a span of episodes? Then it goes back.
Yeah, and then it's fine. Yeah.
I don't even think but I didn't even get to that point.
Yeah.
I just didn't connect with any of the characters, and that was my big thing.
Connected with Kira in a big way. Man, just give me one of those. No, I'm teasing. But not really. Okay. So anyway, I needed to throw that out there.
I'm glad that you did. I'm glad you brought it up. I'm excited for that.
Super exciting news. Tyler, buddy,
Yeah.
I've been sitting here talking for half an hour. Where you been up to, man?
Nothing. You guys do a draft?
I do.
Sure.
I played some Phasmophobia, which I want to, before we do the draft, I want to throw that in there just because it's been like a year since I played it.
I know. I was thinking about that the other day because I saw something about how Xbox is about to be Oculus compatible.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Do something with that. I don't know the details, but I read that it's very much in the works. They're trying to make the Oculus work with the Xbox. So, and I thought about, that would be neat. And
The Xboculus?
The Xboculus. So I thought about you and the Phasmophobia game.
Yeah.
So talk about that.
I just want to do talk about it briefly because it's like they've changed so much, and it's like it's weird because it's like the number
for better or for worse?
For better.
Okay.
It was weird at first because like when we were playing it a year ago, it very much felt like a homespun artisanal game, and it's like when because I play with Gamebug Prime Nate. Because I sent him a message like, dude, do you want to play Phasmophobia? And he's like, sure, yeah, that sounds good. And it's like, fuck yes, man. I've been jonesing to play. And with it being like Halloween season, like all that, like I've been really watching all these horror movies.
Pokemon Go's in Halloween season, by the way.
I noticed. Yeah, they're like little like leaves and shit everywhere, right?
Halloween themed Pokemon.
Pokemon Go. Nikki was like, we were eating the other day, and she's like, Tyler was talking to me about Pokemon Go. I was like, yeah. I was like,
You've been getting people into it, Tyler.
I don't know. Zal and Nate have been playing.
I just can't. If it were more convenient,
I know, me
because she
too.
was like, "Are you going to play?" And I was like, "I did for like a couple days, and it's going to involve me changing my behavior in order to play the game, and that's just not where I am right now. Like, because like when my phone is like, drive by this landmark or go to this landmark and take a photo, it's like close.
Yeah.
Nope.
I would use that as an excuse to walk my dog more, but
There's nowhere. there's nothing around
to
me.
do
That's the problem.
out there. I mean, I've got Lower Town, but that's still a fair walk from my house. And then my dog, she's not the kind of dog that you walk. She's the kind of dog that you get dragged behind.
Sure.
She's very into walking, and her nose leads her because she's a beagle mix.
She's finding the Fruit Loops.
She's smelling all the. She's following her nose to the Fruit Loops, and it's hard to keep. So I'm like not going to be able to catch Pokemon while I'm being dragged down the street by my dog.
If I had a Pokestop that was like within walking distance of either my home or work, I'd be in 100%.
Yep.
But just because there's nothing like that. Like the closest one for me to walk to, like, is like an old elementary school, which is like technically not that far if I walk through backyards and front yards and stuff.
Right.
But like to get there the legal way, I have to walk on like Old Benton Road where like people drive like fucking lunatics.
I know what we're talking about. Yeah, don't do that.
No. But Phasmophobia, like when we got in there, it was like, what the fuck? Like it's like it's not like a AAA game or anything by any stretch, but I mean I noticed immediate like improvements.
So these graphical and sound improvements, just overall
and
experience improvements.
Now it's a slice of life cooking sim.
Yeah, right. It's Cooking Mama, but haunted. They added more ghosts now, and it's like so
spooky. Better than Mama.
I feel like that's a missed opportunity. Really.
There's a journal in the game that like keeps track of like all the ghosts and shit, and you can keep track of your evidence and all that. That motherfucker's like 64 pages now.
Oh damn!
So they've
It's
added
a handbook for the recently deceased. Now.
Yes, right.
First, draw a door.
Yeah, so it's good. It was a lot of fun, and they've also taken some of the maps, and made smaller versions of them, which is perfect because it's like sometimes you don't have a group of 4 people to play this game, and it like immediately cuts off, the majority of the maps where you can go, because it's like no one wants to do the haunted school. Like it's a big high school, 2-story high school. No one wants to do that with 2 people because it's like you're gonna fucking die, man, before you even find the room where the ghost is. It's gonna take you so long to find it.
What's the max you can have on a team?
4.
Okay.
And it's definitely fun having like a full group, but what they've done is they've taken some of those maps and scaled them down a little bit so you can still do the maps, but they're more doable now with like 1 or 2 people. Playing this game 1 person is a terrifying experience. Playing it solo is super scary. Mm-hmm. Unless you're like, I know there are people who really have like figured out the mechanics and like they've definitely gone. They've transcended this as an experience, an immersive experience, to this is a video game, and
I know how to beat it.
And I know how to beat it. Yeah. So, which is weird because it's like on one hand that's cool, but I definitely don't want to do that. I like playing it and being scared. That's like. So that break was nice because it like allowed. I did feel like
your meter kind of dropped down.
It did.
Yeah.
It drained because we were playing it so much, so frequently that it really did get to the point where it's like we kind of had a system down, and it's like if you follow the system, it's gonna be good. So it's nice to kind of go back in with being like, oh, how do we play this again? Yeah, it's kind of nice.
Cool.
So anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to, I don't want to step on the toes of the draft, but I wanted to get that in.
What kind of draft do you guys want to do?
Normally we figure this out ahead of time,
right?
And we have not discussed that at all.
Do we have options?
I've got four ideas.
Okay.
One, I think I mentioned fruit.
Things with wheels.
Good. Fruits. I think sandwiches. I think if that's, include deli, but also include like specific fast food sandwiches.
Yeah,
you can say Reuben, you can say Big Mac.
I'm gonna get real. Yeah, I was about to say I'm gonna get real shitty with sandwiches because we're like hot dogs. We're gonna like get real granular with like with sandwiches, tacos. It's grain. It's flat pieces of grain wrapped around meat and vegetables.
Soup in a bread bowl.
Right? Calzone. Pretty much a sandwich.
Let's not do sandwiches because we're going to sit and debate all night about what sandwiches are.
There's cookies.
Or it's too broad. Cookies.
Philosophical.
Our breakfast
We haven't done
foods.
cookies yet?
Cookies
We
is an option.
We gotta do cookies. I can't believe we haven't done cookies
Okay.
yet.
Yeah.
We gotta do
Cookie
cookies.
sounds good.
I say that, but like by the round 3, I'm gonna be like, "Fuck, what other cookies are there?"
No, I got this.
Extra
I'm a
chocolate
cookie guy.
chip,
Chips Ahoy, hoy, hoy.
chewy Chips Ahoy, regular Chips Ahoy, Reese's Cup Chips Ahoy. Shit, that all counts. Milano, the other types of Milano.
Alyssa?
Alyssa.
The best cookie ever.
No, not a fan.
No, definitely a fan.
No, I'm talking to Tyler. He made
I
a,
thought you were talking to me. I'm like, what? Of course I am.
No, I get that.
She is pretty. I like her body of work. I like her politics. But based on my predilections, not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
Well, there you go.
Basically what I'm into, no. All right, so rolling a roll of D4. Dave 1, Ian 2, me 3, 4, we reroll.
Sure.
2. Ian goes first.
I get to go first. Well, I'm leading off with the good old-fashioned Oreo.
Let's
a
go
really
Ian,
good,
Dave, me.
It's a really good
Let's
pick.
circle around. Let's go clockwise.
Okay. Just a strong. It's each one is technically 2 cookies. I don't know that I know there's a lot of different kinds of Oreo. I'm gonna actually amend my answer because if we have to say specific flavor of Oreo, because I know
There are enough flavors of Oreo
There's so
that
many
you do have
goddamn
to.
Oreos.
peanut butter.
There are
Oreo.
peanut butter Oreos?
Well, it's the cream is a peanut butter cream.
Really?
Like 2 chocolate cookies.
So your number one choice
peanut
is
butter in the middle.
peanut butter Oreo.
PB Oreo.
I like the
yeah.
lemon ones. Have you had the lemon ones?
I do. I haven't. Are they lemon?
It sounds like
cookie?
you. It sounds like you.
I don't.
Wouldn't like them,
I'm
but-
not a big lemon.
Yeah, then you definitely
guy.
won't. I
like
love
baked,
lemon.
Baked good lemon stuff isn't my.
So good.
Oh man, I'm
Damn.
all about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Have
like.
you had the lemon Oreos?
Nope.
Oh man, yeah. Try them.
I won't probably, but I know a lot of people who
Yeah,
would
I
probably
don't
like them.
I don't recommend them to you, Ian. I don't.
I like lemon.
They're going to be
in
a dash
lemon
cam
form.
for you.
That's a good. That is a new barometer
Yeah.
for me.
You're going to be like, man, this lemon Oreo would be so much better if they hired a chocolate cookie to play the lemon.
Perfect. But yeah, peanut butter Oreo is my favorite. I like a regular Oreo just fine. That would have to be like a double stuff though, because I feel like the cream to cookie ratio is wrong in a
Yep.
standard Oreo. But in the peanut butter ones, I think they're awesome. And the peanut butter isn't as sticky as the white cream in the Oreo, normal Oreo. So when you pull them apart, because I do, I'm an Oreo puller aparter.
Do you pull or twist?
Well, with the peanut butter, you can just pull. I pull.
That sounds good.
And then the peanut butter
Wow, they
cream,
got it right.
the peanut butter cream just peels right off the cookie. It's perfect. So I eat that first.
So you got like a little vinyl record
Yes.
made of the peanut butter?
Yes. I scoop that up with my
Vinyl.
tongue.
The vinyl, sorry.
And then finish up with the chocolate cookies. It's such a good thing. I love them.
All right. I'm going to have to try these.
They're good. I have a hard time finding them, but they're out there. I got them at Walmart recently, so. Oh, also now we have 3 boxes of Count Chocula in the house. I've stocked up.
Man, I just recently saw a video on those cereals.
Yeah.
And like it's something I normally wouldn't have watched, but like YouTube threw the thumbnail up and I was like, yep, we just talked about this shit. Absolutely. My phone spied on me and they're like, yo, dog, you think you would like this? It's like, yeah, you're right. I do.
I'm going to watch it. Advertise to me.
Fruit Brute. Originally lime flavored.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Ooh.
And I didn't know
Ooh,
that.
no.
I didn't know that Yummy.
I want my cereal ceviche.
No, milk and
You
lime.
can you can have raw milk in your cereal. Illegal raw milk. And then like I didn't realize that Yummy Mummy and like all that shit was like introduced so late. That was like made in like the 90s.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, I just
They tried
assumed
to
it had been around forever.
Yeah.
They tried to expand the monster cereal universe in the 90s, and then it fell back, and it was really just Frankenberry, Boo Berry, and Chocula. And now they've started bringing back Fruit Brute, but in cherry form.
Right. which I think I'd rather have cherry cereal than
Lime cereal, I don't get that.
Lime's okay in like tricks and stuff where it's like mixed in with other stuff.
Yeah.
It did have lime, right? I'm not crazy.
I'm pretty sure.
I never really thought of them as having different flavors. It just
They
tastes
might be like
Trix.
they might be like Fruit Loops.
Right, they're all the same.
just- yeah.
Yeah, that's totally legit. But that tangent to that tangent, the Skittles that have lime, they're like old Skittles. Have you had those?
No.
Oh man, that's a real fucking treat. Because like Nikki came home with a bag of those, and it's like, oh fuck, man, they put lime back in these motherfuckers, and it's like, because I guess whatever
I
they have in there is
never
like
guess- I
watermelon or something.
Guess I never knew they had taken it out.
Oh yeah, big deal in our
Okay.
household.
Okay.
I preached to Henry about the times where lime was in Skittles and how like he's got it so hard these days.
They give me old Fruit Brute and new Fruit Brute, so I've got like a cherry limeade cereal.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'd fuck with that. I would. I'd fuck with
that
that.
might not be bad.
I love a cherry limeade
Me too.
from Sonic. It's just they'll give you diabetes immediately.
Oh,
is the
God.
problem.
One drink.
Yeah,
Mine's the cranberry limeade though. I like it made with cranberry instead of
I'm
cherry.
not a big cranberry guy, but
Love me some cranberry.
do love cherry.
What about cookies? What are your
Cookies?
What kind of
Back on
cookies do
topic?
you like?
A lot. I have a list here. I'm trying to figure out which one to go with. I don't think I'm going to start with my favorite because I don't think anyone's going to take my favorite. Fuck it. Favorite. I love those fucking wafer cookies, man. I love those
They're
goddamn
good.
wafer cookies.
And cheap.
Yes.
What
So
what
good.
flavor? of
Strawberry.
wafer? Strawberry wafers.
Strawberry.
Those
yeah.
are good. Jack's been on that.
Jesus, man. I love those so much. And they're, as far as like cookies go, they're not too bad as far as calories and all that. You know, you can have a couple wafer cookies and not feel horrible.
Yeah.
Where meanwhile, it's like I'll have a fucking 3 Oreos and it's like, oh God,
Yep.
damn it. Well, I blew it. So yeah, strawberry wafer cookies.
Strawberry
Yummy.
wafers.
Yummy.
All right. I'm gonna go with my favorite number 1 as well, which is the oatmeal raisin.
That is a good
That's
Love the
cookie.
shit out of an oatmeal raisin.
That is a
cookie.
brave choice too.
It's
It's
contentious.
brave. I like that.
So brave.
It is. It's so brave. You're bearing your soul for us today.
There's nothing at all in the world wrong with an oatmeal raisin cookie.
No,
I
they're-
love oatmeal.
they're
My
good.
mom used to make them.
They're good.
Love them.
But people have a thing. They have there's raisin hate out there. Let's not pretend like
No
there's not
joke.
raisin hate out there.
No joke. You wouldn't like that chunky, but I do.
It's nature's candy.
It is.
It's nature's candy.
My turn.
Oh yeah.
What is that cookie called? Samoas.
Scratch that off my
yeah.
list. That was
Samoas.
almost my number 1 pick because it's
That,
like
that
I would
is the
grab
one with
this.
the coconut, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the one.
Samoas are my favorite Girl Scout cookie. One of my favorite cookies. Period.
It's a great cookie.
Yep.
So chewy.
It's a great cookie.
The very rarely featured coconut in a
Yep.
cookie.
The texture's great to it.
Just a
Yeah.
perfect mix of textures. I love that coconut chewiness with the different chewiness of
Yep.
caramel and then that crunch of
Yep.
that hard cookie. I love it.
I like that hole in the middle.
And then that hole in the middle.
Big fan of the hole in the middle.
I don't know why.
Big fan. Big fan, Jerry.
Big fan.
And the chocolate on the bottom. The coating of chocolate on the bottom.
I know.
It's just perfect.
It's great.
Sometimes it's a little thicker than it's supposed to be. You know, like the thick. The machinery malfunction, and then you got a little bit of extra chocolate on the bottom of that Samoa.
Yeah. It malfunctioned. Yeah. Cookie
mean-
factory error in your favor.
Yeah, some Girl Scout that was in there making them cookies just fucked up. She said, "Fuck it, it's almost time to quit."
I made.
Just treat this boy.
I bet about 12 years ago, I made Tim Bear of Mario All Stars.
Is there a tree falling down?
Yeah. I made him Samoa cupcakes. And apparently he still is just like, we'll tell Blake, like, man, remember those cupcakes?
Wow.
So I need to make them again.
I need you to make me some.
Yeah,
Samoa
man. Make some
cupcakes.
Samoa cupcakes. I'm down for
I've
that.
yet to eat food that you've prepared.
Oh, then I definitely don't need to ever cook for you. Let's leave it in mystique.
Keep that magic. Yeah.
Let's
But
leave
make
you
Samoa cupcakes. I don't care. I won't judge. Just make Samoa cupcakes. I'm begging you.
Say someone else made them, just in case,
Okay,
right?
good. Yeah, perfect. You're right.
Casey made these in case
Casey-
you hate them.
Yeah.
But if you love them, let me know.
That'll be $40.
The ingredients cost 60. I'm losing here.
Dave?
I'm gonna go EL fudge.
Nice. It's as close as you can get to a Samoa. It's missing the caramel and the coconut, but it's the same concept.
Yep, it's the same
Great
concept.
cookie.
Got some good memories of my grandmother would.
The traditional vanilla cookie chocolate cream.
Yep, tradition.
Yeah.
They make other ones.
I didn't know that either. There's a
I think there is like a chocolate cookie with
Oh.
some other kind. Yeah.
really?
Okay.
No, I'd have to go with the traditional one myself.
Yeah, big fan of the traditional.
I think there's a
fudge.
double fudge EL cookie where it's
Oh,
fudge
yeah, I
and
could
a
see
chocolate.
that.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna go traditional. I'm still gonna go the kind that my grandmother would buy for me when I was coming to sleep over.
Nice.
She'd have that. She'd have. That's when I guess like she caught wind that I definitely did not like vanilla wafers and banana pudding that she always kept. I know people love that combo.
I do.
I've never been like a huge. I would always like. I wouldn't say begrudgingly, but like out of politeness would eat that because I knew that she would get that for me, and it's like, it's not the worst thing in the
Not
world.
the worst. Not my favorite. Not the worst.
I'll eat
Yeah.
this for grandmother.
That's how I feel about banana pudding in general. Yeah.
I love banana pudding, but A, it has to have vanilla wafers with it, and B, it's small amounts. I can't eat a lot of it.
I don't like bananas anyway.
Ah.
So when my mom would make me banana pudding, he'd be like, do it without bananas, please. Just the pudding that's reminiscent of a banana.
Yeah.
Well, for my second, I'm going to ride your train in, and I'm going to grab Thin Mints.
Thin mints.
Yikes! I'm losing a lot here. Okay, scratch that off the list. Thin Mints are my second favorite. Thin Mint Blizzard from Dairy Queen is a good ass blizzard.
It is a good ass
Good ass
blizzard.
blizzard.
Because it can be cold, and it's even better.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the
It's
one.
where you put Thin Mints in the fridge anyway.
Yeah, and frozen Thin Mints are the shit. Girl Scouts got the cookie game fucking figured out,
Yep.
and they have for this whole time. It's very few Girl Scout cookies I don't like, but I'm not going to saturate my list with Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah, those are the two I like. I don't give a shit about any other girl. Samoa's, Thin Mints, don't give a fuck about any other Girl Scout cookie.
All right.
Yeah, I mean,
There's one more.
I feel like you're probably gonna go ahead and grab
I'm
up.
not going to grab it.
No, I know you're not because, well, I don't know that you're not.
I'm not going to grab that one, but there's one more
should.
flavor from me that I do like.
Yeah,
But it may make my honorable mention because I wouldn't put it in my top 5.
I'm curious what it is now because I thought it was what I was gonna go with, but
Well, we'll find out.
yeah.
My third pick is a chunky Chips Ahoy. Chunky Chips Ahoy.
Chunky Chips Ahoy.
These are Chips Ahoy with big pieces of chunky chocolate
Instead
in
of chips,
They
they're
have
like the
chips too.
cubes.
They have chips too.
Oh, okay.
But there's little cubes of fudge, random fudge pieces, and it says it's just chocolate. It's the same, I think, as the chocolate chips. It's just whatever. But chunky Chips Ahoy for me. That's my third favorite. Don't really care much for a regular Chips Ahoy, but I do like the chunky one. That is the second thing on my picks of these drafts featuring the word chunky.
Chunky. Yeah, I thought you were gonna like say Chunky brand,
Cookie.
Chunky brand, vanilla chippies.
Chippies.
Now available at
Chippies.
your grocer's freezer section. I'm going with. I had to look these up because they're so good and I love them so much. I had to look up the name of them. Man, I'm torn now because I'm looking at this list and I'm like, fuck it, I'm not going. Never mind. A fucking peanut butter cookie, just a straight up peanut butter.
You're
like,
thinking of tagalongs.
With like little, like
No.
a fork print
yes,
in it.
I'm thinking
Oh.
homemade,
yeah.
like fucking like easy,
Okay.
easy peasy.
Those are great.
Peanut butter cookies.
Yep.
I love those fucking
Yeah,
things.
me too.
Some people put in, just so I can leave this on the table. Some people put Hershey's Hershey's Kiss.
in the middle.
That's fine.
But
I
don't.
like I prefer like I love the fucking texture of those like because they're like
It's
Oh
the right
my
amount of chew.
God.
And it's
And
like
especially
they
when you get that like
snap.
that's granular too.
If it's made just right, they kind of chewy, but they also snap. leave your Hershey kisses out of it. Put them
crumbly and chewy.
Put them on sugar cookies if you want, but not my peanut butter cookies. They got to have the fork marks on top.
They got to have the fork marks. You got to have them. They make them taste better. I don't know what it is.
So good.
But I love that's my
Tanya to make some of those this week now.
It's my favorite homemade cookie. Yeah, my mom used to make those. Those were really good.
Just because I'll appeal to the masses. It is probably my one of my favorite of the store-bought cookies. I'll go double stuffed Oreo.
There you go.
But I have 4 on my list and only 3 spots. I was debating.
Haven't thought this far ahead. Nutter butter.
Nutter butter
is my 4th
That's a good
pick.
one.
I do love peanut butter cookies in general. I like my cookies to feature peanut butter.
Yeah.
Pretty much in any form. If you make it and it's got peanut butter in it, I will enjoy it.
Peanut butter's great.
Yeah.
Love peanut butter. I'm going with the lemonades. I love lemon cookies, and I want to have a Girl Scout cookie pick. And I do like their lemon cookies. I'm torn between that and the lemon Oreos. The lemon Oreos are very good. But it's for whatever reason very important to me that I have some Girl Scout cookie representation on my list.
Sure.
It's a good move. It's a good move. My next one would be, I think it's one of Nikki's favorites too, a white chocolate macadamia nut.
God, that's a good cookie. That's my second favorite cookie, homemade.
Very good.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
macadamia nuts are just so fucking expensive.
Yeah, they're worth it. They're as a treat. You can have a macadamia nut as a treat.
As long as it's not Roseanne bars. Since that's what she does in Hawaii. Her
What?
macadamia nut farm.
She has a macadamia nut farm?
Yep.
How do those grow?
I really have no idea.
Like trees, I assume, right?
Yeah,
Are they a tree nut or what other kind of nut is there?
I
Dirty
guess.
answers only.
I don't know if there's a bush nut. I don't know if there's I know peanuts like
fat
underground, fat nut, thick nut.
A chewy nut.
Yeah, that's my number 4.
It's a really good number 4.
And I'm really torn between my next 2 for my last spot.
I'm upset with myself that I forgot about the macadamia nut cookie.
My 5th pick is a very rare pick. I don't even know if they make these anymore. It was a fat-free cookie called Snackwells.
I remember Snackwells.
Devil's Food Snackwells.
Devil's Food Snackwells with a thin layer of marshmallow under a thin layer of chocolate. Perfect balance of kind of sponginess and chewiness.
Yeah, man.
I remember those.
I could eat myself
Yeah,
sick
man.
on Snackwells.
My
and
mom
I
used to
still
get in the
think about
green
those.
box.
Yes.
Yeah.
White lettering.
Yeah.
I still think about Snackwells to this day.
They don't make them
big.
anymore?
I don't know. I may have to. I'll look and see.
They got to
I
make them.
feel like I've seen them at the dollar store. I think they're relegated to dollar stores like Mondo and stuff like that. But
Hey, man. Those were good. My mom used to get those, and I remember she was like, you can have as many as you want.
Yes. And I think that may be part of the reason I love them so much is because I was just allowed to eat them.
You just had so much of it.
Yeah, I could eat as many as
It's
I
an
wanted.
acquired taste.
Yeah, but I like the flavor and the taste and the texture. I mean, this is basically the perfect cookie for someone who's like, on a low-fat diet or something, I guess. But
Meanwhile, at the factory, they're like, boss, the crate of sponges opened up and spilled out on the floor. What do we do with them? We
make
can't
them
sell
into
them.
cookies.
Well, we got chocolate.
I love them. So, I love them enough to put them on my list. And that's my number 5.
I'm so glad that you mentioned these Snackwells because I had some other options for a number 5. But now that you said that, it awoke inside me.
Oh,
a
really?
memory.
Awesome.
I'm going Fig Newtons. I'm going fucking Fig Newtons.
Fig Newtons are the shit.
Pig, right? Fig Newtons. Going Fig Newtons.
no, Jay. Big dude.
Now, I will say this about Fig Newtons. I can only eat those in very small quantities.
Fig, not strawberry Newtons, but fig.
I like-
Straight up Fig Newtons.
I was going to say, I like the strawberry Newtons.
I'd probably like. I've never had any other Newton other than pig.
Great Value makes a strawberry Fig Newton that's really good. But the Fig Newtons are good, but that flavor.
Calorically dense.
Yeah, for sure.
And that flavor is not like I like it at first, but I get tired of it quickly.
Yeah.
But yes, that's
and just
hell
not
of a choice.
Not just calorically dense.
Yeah.
Like they're
Yeah.
like they're black
Your jaw
matter.
gets tired after like 3.
Yeah.
water.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
up in the roof of your mouth and stick under your teeth and everything.
I've got a real love-hate relationship with the Fig Newton because my mom, the reason I thought of them is because she would bring home snack wells, I guess the polar opposite Fig Newtons.
Yeah.
And I remember like,
It's got fruit in it. It's good for you.
right. No, I don't think any of us were under that like false pretense. Snacks in our house were weird because I guess maybe not weird, but like chips and salsa was like a staple in our house. Chips and salsa. If I ever wanted a snack, my mom would be like, chips and salsa, and I'd be like,
Yes.
you know what's up. Yes, chips and
Can you
salsa.
throw a little cheddar cheese in with that?
Oh, I
Maybe
never-
up the steaks.
I used to make microwave nachos where I would like painstakingly
Josh did that,
like
yep.
put like a little like teaspoon of salsa on each chip
Yeah.
and then sprinkle some cheese on there.
And I'm just thinking sliced cheddar cheese along with chips and salsa. It's a great combo.
Fuck, I'd fuck with that. I love some cheddar cheese.
You know, mix it up. It's all separate and yeah. So maybe do a little stacking.
Okay.
It's good.
All right.
It's good shit.
That sounds good.
I'm gonna reserve my childhood favorite for my honorable mention, but I don't have a traditional cookie, so my 5th will be what I loved in middle school and high school, the Soft Bake brand.
Soft
Chocolate chip
bake.
Sure, yeah.
Great. I remember when those came out and they were talking about like, hey, you've got one of those newfangled microwaves, don't you? Throw them between a couple paper towels and microwave those bad boys for 10 seconds. And
Yep.
that changed my life.
Yep.
I was having warm chocolate chip cookies all the fucking time.
Yep.
Turns out you could do that with just about any cookie.
Yeah.
But they get the soft bake,
Yeah.
soft batch. It was soft batch, right?
I thought it was Soft Bake. Let's
I
see.
believe it's soft batch is what you're thinking of. It's a Keebler
Berenstain,
joint.
Berenstain.
But they introduced me to the concept of microwaving cookies, so therefore they get that credit.
Oh, you are correct. It is Soft Batch.
Good shit.
I'm sorry though, you said soft bake.
So now,
Yeah.
wait, draft is over.
My honorable mention is what my grandmother used to buy for me, that I will very randomly see a box and buy it. The Archway lemon cookies.
I'm not familiar with these. Archway?
Archway.
Are they from St. Louis or
No,
Maybe.
Archway's kind of a whole brand. They have like a lot of.
are they in St. Louis?
Red
I don't think so.
packaging.
Okay.
I don't know though.
And then these cookies themselves are square. They almost look like a yellow pillow with
Oh, they're square on
lemon
out.
frosting. And they're super soft.
That sounds good.
But man, yeah, that was what she'd always buy, and I fucking love the shit out of them. Honorable mention.
I had one as well, and I can't remember. It wasn't EL fudge, but it was a Keebler cookie.
Fudge Stripes.
No, this was a sandwich cookie.
Oh, I don't
Fudge
know.
Stripes
Fudge
are a good
Stripes
one,
was
though.
on
Fudge
my
Stripe is
potential to choose from, so that's an honorable mention.
I saw a
for me.
thing about using those as s'mores.
Oh,
Yeah.
as the graham crackers.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
oh,
Hell yeah.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
I had that. It was they're cookies. They're actually in the shape of elves, and they're like you can get chocolate with peanut butter in the middle or vanilla with chocolate in the middle. I can't remember the name of the cookies though.
That might just be a variation on the EL Fudge.
But the EL fudges have the hole in the middle, right?
No, those
No.
are Fudge Stripes. EL Fudge is a sandwich cookie
the
where
gnome.
where it looks like the elf.
That's what I'm thinking of. Then that I got them mixed up. Then that was on my list of honorable mentions. I just
It's a
had
good
the names
cookie.
backwards. It is a good fucking cookie. And then Teddy Grahams. That's my other
Teddy
honorable
Grahams.
mention.
I forgot about fucking Teddy Grahams.
Love Teddy Grahams. You can
Cinnamon
just eat 'em,
Teddy
eat 'em, eat 'em.
Grahams.
Dunkaroos.
Dunkaroos.
How about some
Come on,
Dunkaroos?
the little yogurt dunk.
Was it yogurt or was
I
it?
think one of them was yogurt and you had one that was fudge. I think there was different.
I had. Well, I think I had like
variations.
the frosting, whatever that was.
Maybe it is just frosting. Maybe I thought it was yogurt. I don't know.
I don't know. I know there was vanilla and chocolate, so there very well might have been a yogurt.
But Teddy Grahams were always a good thing for me because, like, you know, you give them to the kid when he was a baby. It was a little snacky he could have. I was eating the snackies too because I'd be like, "Yeah, one for you, one for me," And I'm like, "Man, these are fucking good."
Yeah. What about animal crackers?
Animal crackers definitely have a place somewhere in this list.
That
Probably
would have
on
been
my
on
honorable
the list. If
mentions.
Melissa had a list, that'd be on her list.
Because for a while
The Barnum's animals in the box.
Yeah, in the
everything,
red box. With, For a minute there, I didn't like animal crackers or animal cookies. I've heard them.
I've always
both
called them
ways.
animal crackers.
But same.
they're
I wonder if that's a
cookies.
regional thing.
It
I wonder if like
probably
up
is.
north they call them animal cookies or something. But when Henry was young, we used to let him eat those because it's like, oh well, this is a fine like little snack.
a mild
right? Yeah, it's nothing crazy.
cookie, yeah,
I'm
not
not giving the
overly
kid gushers.
sweet.
You know? And then like I'd start eating them too and be like, oh fuck, you're pretty good, man. I didn't like these when I was your age. And you
You
probably
can-
don't like them now, but I like these.
They're a munching cookie. You can just
Yeah.
sit there and you could plow through a bag without really thinking about it.
And they got the kind with the frosting on it too. Those are pretty okay.
The good old remember the good old sugar cookies that had the thick coating of frosting on the
Yes,
top.
absolutely.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Well, they were more like oatmeal cookies,
Right.
Not sugar cookies, but oatmeal cookies with like a covering of frosting.
Hard-
I generally don't like
hard-
really hard
frosted.
Frosting,
cookies.
yeah.
I love the really hard cookies. Yeah, or
You
fight
could
it,
start a
eat it.
riot with one of those
Totally
cookies.
could.
Also, a big fan of the cookies that you get in a tin that
The
are
Christmas type.
the Christmas cookies.
love it.
I love those
That
cookies.
become sewing kits.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can put wheat in there. You can do whatever you want. Not that
Christmas-
I would know.
The Christmas tin cookies are always a treat.
Christmas tin cookies. Also, I really like the fucking popcorn, the tri-tin
Dude, what's not to
cookie,
like?
Christmas
You
popcorn.
got cheddar,
Oh,
caramel, and buttered popcorn in
sometimes-
one place.
But they fuck with it sometimes, right?
Sometimes it's like sour cream and onion.
Yeah.
and-
But I do like the traditional. I'm with you. I like that get a little bit of butter, get a little bit of
Just pull the divider out. Let the Lord of Chaos reign.
that's right.
I
Close the
always-
lid, mix it up.
I always went through the cheese type first.
Yeah. It's
That
a
was
treat,
my
right?
favorite.
Cheese is
The
also my
cheese-
favorite.
The cheese popcorn in that section was my favorite. Then I'd move to the caramel, and then I'd finally eat the butter.
See, butter was my second go-to.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Caramel one was like Cracker Jack. So you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, without the jack.
without the jack, no jack, no toy either.
Neutered. Black and white cookie?
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Get it when you're in New York.
Yeah. if you want to throw up.
Right, yeah. That's
Well,
it. That's all I got.
that's it.
It's
Good
pretty
draft.
Pretty good draft. All right.
About an hour and a half. You want to stop and take a little break, and then talk about stone protectors.
Their stones of power glow. Yes, of course I do.
Well, listen to this music, and then we'll be right back.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. We're the stone protectors. Our stones of power glow. We're the band knows how to rock. Lots of flash, lots of sock. Don't make fool by his handsome bunch. Cause his bag can really punch. Stone protectors. Don't you know? Stone protectors. Our stones of power glow. I'm Maxwell, and I rip on lead guitar, kill the licks. I'm Cliff, and I scale the drums. Let's get vertical, have some fun.
I'm Angus on keyboard and I can lay back, but it's great to riff with a fast attack.
Me, I'm Chester on electric bass, thumping licks all over the place. I'm Cornelius the singer, front of the band, got a voice that's a stun. Yeah! Look at 10. We're the stone protectors. Now you know. Stone protectors. Our stones of power glow.
I forgot about those peanut butter cornflake cookies.
Peanut
Did you
butter
see 'em,
cornflake?
like church bake-offs or anything?
I don't know about those.
Oh man, I will have to make those.
Okay.
But
I'm
not
sure you've
before you
probably
make
seen
Samoa
those.
cupcakes.
I'll have to do Samoa cupcakes and these cornflake cookies.
Yeah, that sounds good, actually. It's hard
And
to fuck around.
and no bake oatmeal cookies.
Oh, those
I've
are
had
fucking
those.
awesome.
Those are good.
Tanya makes those on the reg. I can get sick on eating oatmeal, no bake cookies.
But number 2, part 2.
Part dude, game
The game
tough
talk.
stuff.
The stone protectors.
We're gonna protect our stones.
They had flints in the toys.
Yeah. There's a lot of. I was surprised by the amount of videos on YouTube about stone protectors.
This was apparently at least semi-successful franchise that I mentioned earlier. I'd never heard of these things. I didn't know anything about them. And I saw them and I'm like, are those fucking troll dolls? Which they are. They're souped up troll
That's what I
dolls
thought, like,
made by
oh.
the same company, Ace Novelty.
Yeah.
Not a
You
big fan of it.
bedazzle a troll, you got a stone protector.
Do you know? Did you go into any of the history of the troll dolls?
Not really.
Because like it gets.
Because I don't care for them.
It's
They irritate
well,
me.
let's definitely talk about that.
Yeah.
We'll put it. Yeah, I definitely want to talk about that. But like they were invented by a Danish guy, I think.
That makes a Dane would do that.
Yeah, I think he was Danish. But like he made him in the 50s. He was like a woodworker. His last name was Damn.
Damn trolls.
Well, he named his company Damn Things.
Where can I get some damn bait?
So I like that. I heard some other people pronounce it as Dom, and I'm like, no, it's Damn. It's D-A-M. That's Damn. It's not D-A-M-M-E, right? It's Damn.
It's
Probably
not
Dom.
Jean-Claude.
Right, exactly. Yeah, the inventor of trolls did not play a character in a Street Fighter movie. So so like he made him in the 50s. He made he was like a wood carver. So he carved this like doll for his daughter. And he made it like it was
Creepy.
Creepy, yeah. Well, it's like, they were like a big part, trolls were like a big part of the mythology there. And they're generally like bad creatures. They're evil creatures, but he made her a lucky one. And then like her friend was like, yo, I want one of those. She said, just like that. And he was like, okay, I'll make you one. So we started making all of these wooden hand-carved troll dolls for like these girls. And then a local store was like, I asked if he would do a window display, because that used to be a thing,
Right,
where you make
yeah.
a window display. They asked if he would do a window display to help sell their products.
Kind
And
of
he's-
like Little Shop of Horrors.
yes, kind of like
Just
Little
draws
Shop of
them in.
Horrors. Yeah.
That plant in the window is very interesting. I'll take 24 roses.
I need to rewatch that movie. I got the Blu-ray edition that has like the original ending on it that they decided to pass on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where Audrey 2 takes over the world.
Okay.
So like he agrees to do the window display. He does the window display, and people like it worked. And it kind of worked. Instead of selling the products, people were like, we want those dolls. So he started his company where he made the dolls, and for a while there, they were all like wood carved,
Which would be so cool.
yeah, it would be really
I would be
cool.
less annoyed by them if they were like carved wooden things.
Eventually what he did was he took the wooden ones that he made, created molds from those,
Yeah.
and then started using rubber, and then eventually vinyl, and that's kind of where like the ones that we know are made of vinyl, right?
Did they always have the big crazy hair?
I don't know the answer to that. You think that'd be like the first thing that I would look up, right? But I don't know. I know they had like wood shavings. So I think originally they were
that
like
makes
wood
sense.
shaving hair, and he would include this is speculation because I didn't see a really good photo of one. But what I heard was that he continued to include wood shavings in even the rubber ones that he was making.
Okay.
So because of that, I assumed that it was the hair, but I'm not a troll expert. I just saw a video,
Right.
I thought you were going to say, the first thing that would pop up. That's why I was like, yeah, before you said that I would look up. It made me sound like an asshole for a second. Like, yeah, that would be the first. The first thing that would pop up would be troll doll hair.
Oh,
I think that's their prominent feature.
it definitely is. That's
Yeah.
that's why I'm kind of like embarrassed that I don't know the answer to that question. But I didn't even think about it. But so like this, I'm not to the sad part yet. And what Ace Novelty kind of like reminded me of. So he's making these fucking trolls, right? And let's bring these international. So they do that. They start selling them in the United States, and they're going really good. But there's a problem. He's selling them in the United States without a copyright.
Uh-oh.
So other people start making it, and the government's, and then he's like, fuck, copyright. The government's like, nah, too late. It's public domain.
Shit.
So because of that,
He would have been a billionaire.
yeah, and he still,
I mean, maybe.
he still did pretty good,
Yeah.
but like the amount that he lost,
That's
yes.
that's always going to be a thing
yes.
for me.
He's a
yeah.
trollionaire, and that's what's important.
That's true in our hearts. He's a billionaire. But yeah, in the video, they're like, yeah, he lost. They like estimated how much he lost, and it was probably like in the neighborhood of seven billion. So, and I don't know if that's adjusted for inflation, probably, but like there have been so many booms for troll dolls because it's like when they first,
Well, it's public domain, so then of course it would be.
yeah, everybody's making them, right?
Yeah.
But like they're
They were fashionable at different times.
yes, like extremely popular.
Yeah.
Like several times over the 40 years or whatever, they were named like the #1 toy by like
Right.
toy publications.
I mean, I remember in the 80s, you couldn't throw a fucking rock and not hit a fucking troll.
Yeah,
doll.
man,
They
when
were
I was
everywhere.
A kid in the 90s, it was the same way. There was a year at school where it's like all of us had a troll doll pencil topper.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, when I say all of us, like all of us, like it would like transcended boy and girl. I mean, it was like something we united over. And that lasted for like, a couple weeks.
Still,
But I mean, yeah, I know like it happened. That happened in the 60s. That happened
yeah.
in like you were saying in the 80s. It happened in the 90s. The 90s is where it peaked really hard again. Like the 60s, it peaked really hard, and then like it had these little hills and valleys, and then in the 90s, it was like for whatever fucking reason, they were super popular again. And then because they were in the public domain, a bunch of different toy companies were like, man, I wish boys were buying more of these. How could we make boys buy more of these? They like these Ninja Turtles. Have you heard of these guys? These four turtles that live in the sewer with their rat dad and eat pizza. Well, we could do something like that, like trolls, right? And then like, several companies did to like varying degrees of success. One company literally took an action figure that they had made and just put troll heads on it. Very low key, like low rent, not trying at all. There were battle trolls, which was like another line. That these actually looked really cool. Like they had like, it was like there's like one that was like a Cyclops troll, and like they really were like pushing it. And then Ace Novelty came out with Stone Protectors, which was probably the closest to like the Ninja Turtles trolls that existed, except for the actual Ninja Turtle licensed troll dolls.
because they look like neutrinos.
They do look like the neutrinos from the Ninja Turtles. Yeah, you're totally right with the sunglasses.
they really
and
do.
They've got this kind of like pseudo 50s daddy-o kind of style to
Yep.
them. Yeah.
Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy
Yeah?
loves trolls. He's
Really?
got a bunch of them stuck all over his console in his ship.
I don't know. I never
Not
noticed
the
that.
stone protectors, but just the funky.
Maybe he doesn't know about them.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like that might be his jam.
Peter gave him one in place of the Power Stone that they stole.
Fuck, you're right.
Yeah.
I forgot about
He,
that.
he put it on it. He had a whole bunch of little bobbleheads and things, this
Yeah.
kind of thing. But yeah,
Mimi.
so they've made it into the Marvel universe. That's how popular they are.
Mimi from the Drew Carey Show.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Forgot about that. Yep.
Big Troll Doll fan. So in my research of Troll Dolls, I did stumble across several Troll Doll collections, and I will say that those are terrifying.
There's one not super far from here.
Really?
Like I saw a TikTok about it.
Is it like
Let's
in
see if I can
a
find
person's
it.
home? I think it's one thing if it's in like a building that is dedicated to displaying trolls, but like when I was looking at some of these troll collections, it was like this thought crossed my mind. If I were dating somebody and they did not disclose to me their hobby of collecting trolls, and that one day if we were to get married, there would be a room filled with these things, I'd feel like I was lied to.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
that needs to come out.
That needs to come
early.
out. Yeah, it's real early. Yeah,
The Troll Hole Museum in
boy.
Canton, Ohio. There's also one in Alliance, Ohio. But this is I saw a TikTok about this lady who has like millions of troll dolls, and it's all her home, and yeah.
I mean, to each their own. I've got like a fucking bookshelf full of Super Nintendo games, and I'm sure that's like real skeevy to some people. But like, I don't know, man. Their beady little eyes and the troll dolls.
I just don't like them. I just do not like them. I think
never
they're
cared
just
for them
ugly
either.
little thing. I've never owned one. Never is, not as a pencil topper, not as a toy or a doll. I didn't know what stone protectors was until we picked this game. It's just they've never appealed to me. So they're instantly recognizable, obviously, but no clue on that one. Just not for me.
So a show was made, a cartoon.
Stone protectors.
Something.
90s as fuck.
It is 90s as
really
fuck.
is.
And certainly in the regard that it was a cartoon that was made solely to sell action figures.
And ripped off of the Ninja, just riding
That
the Ninja
model.
Turtle fame.
Yeah,
exactly.
We'll take that model and tweak it.
The guy that did the review of the toy even said, "These look great standing next to my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures." And there's a reason for that. They were modeled after just on the same vein of the Ninja Turtles.
Yep.
Exactly. They didn't even try to hide it.
No. Yeah, their stances are all the same,
Yeah,
and
they
it's like
are.
they're just a half inch shorter.
Instead of being ninjas, they're in a band.
Yeah,
And,
One's still a samurai.
that's true.
The story is
Cornelius.
Cornelius
Corny.
the samurai.
The story is that the princess, what's her name, sent the stones away to keep them from the evil Zog or
Zoc.
Zoc.
Yeah.
And they went to Earth and
It's a
found their
reptilian
way.
troll. So they're smooth skin trolls
Uh-huh.
and lizard
Yes.
skin trolls.
Yeah.
Just like
real.
people. Just like people.
And ghouls.
Because of last podcast on the left. They told me about the
The lizard,
reptilians.
yeah.
Doctor Who. That's canon in Doctor Who is that we came from reptilians.
At some point, they call these by two different names. They call them predators, and they call them saurians
Saurians. And that's pretty much mostly what you have to deal with in the game.
in the game, and
but
presumably in the show. There are episodes of the show on YouTube, but the audio quality is so bad.
Oh.
Every single one of us in our house noped out. Like, I mean, it was just like
not worth it.
8 seconds in. It's like, no, no.
Well, the story goes that there was this band in, of course, Seattle. You know, home of grunge, which is mentioned in the instruction
I
manual.
know. That's
Seattle, home of grunge.
how many things, how many touchstones
You know.
can we cash in on?
Grunge, right? You love it.
Seattle's
Well,
best coffee and grunge.
But they were terrible.
Frasier.
They were their band was thrown out because they were so bad. And at that exact moment, the Stones showed up, imbued them with these
Troll
turned them
powers.
into trolls.
Yes.
Imbued them with these powers, and now they are the Stone Protectors. Watch our stones glow, or something.
Yeah. Our stones of power glow.
There it
Which
is,
makes
there
me
it
think
is.
of The Office, where it's like, my horn can pierce the sky.
I get that reference. But yeah, the cartoon. I watched the intros, and oh boy,
It's very 90s, isn't
It was
it?
as 90s.
Yeah.
It was possibly the most 90s thing I've seen in a long time. There's rollerblades involved. There
Yeah.
is. I mean, they're everywhere.
Yeah, you mean the character who's everyone has like a title where it's like what they are, what they do. There's the
He's
samurai.
the keyboard player.
Yes, he's the keyboard player, and he's not a samurai or a rock climber. His job is accelerator.
Yep.
That's what he is.
Just accelerator. I
Accelerator.
believe his name is Chester.
Chester.
Possibly.
That sounds
I'm
right.
not sure.
Who did you guys main?
Clifford, the
Who's
rock climber.
Who was the middle one that had the ranged attack? The big guy with the. I should have written that down. He had a range. Like
There's a wrestler.
Well, is that what he was? It looked like he had like cans on a string. They would use as a weapon.
Oh no, that's the samurai. That's Cornelius. He had the
Okay.
microphone nunchucks, is what those were, right? They're yellow.
No, this was different.
Then I'm sorry, I don't know.
I'll have to look.
I was Angus,
The wrestler,
the
right?
army
he's
looking guy.
Yeah. Angus, worst Scottish accent ever of the character from the show. Like heard him speak some words, and it's like they needed to get somebody that knows how to do an accent because that is awful. It would be like if they hired me to do it. It would be terrible. It was awful.
So I tried playing as the blue-haired guy, and he was awful. Like,
That's Clifford, the rock climber. No, he's awesome.
Like
he's great.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love him. Because like he's got these special moves that are amazing. Like I coasted, and I guess we're kind of out of order here, but like I coasted through this game like just using every character has a musical special ability where you input a fucking Street Fighter quarter circle, whatever, or a half circle usually, and then you press L and it does this like screen clear. So
the speed runs were Cornelius doing that.
Really? Cornelius is good too because like he just screeches out this like banshee wail left and right, and I guess his probably just takes less time.
Maybe,
is my guess.
Maybe, yeah.
Because Clifford's the rock climber. He's the drummer, so he starts drumming, and then like fireballs just rain down from the sky. So each character has their own different one. I only played the game twice with those two characters.
I played through it once as Angus, and I was like, I get this.
Yeah. There's not a real need to play.
I just liked Angus. Angus had a gun. He had a good, and he throw grenades, so he had a good distance weapon.
Pretty wild for a beat 'em up.
Yeah,
you see that in like Predator versus Aliens, but like not too much outside of that, right?
So I have their names: Clifford, Cornelius, Chester, Maxwell, and Angus.
Is Maxwell the wrestler? There is a wrestler.
Maxwell is the accelerator.
Okay.
He's on the
rollerblades.
Rollerblades.
Yeah.
I can't figure out which one I played.
Oh, there's a Stone Protectors board game.
We got to get it. We got to get it.
And then Harvey Comics debuted Stone Protectors. So there are 3 issues of the Stone Protectors comic.
Only 8 episodes of this aired. I think 12. There were 12 total, maybe 11. So those 3 or 4 did not air. It recently had a Kickstarter to like get a DVD release, and that was successful. So those unaired episodes are on those DVDs. Also, you can buy this game on Steam if you want to, because there was a Genesis version of the game that was not released. And until 2022, until this year, it released on Steam. And you can buy it for the low price of $12.
Wow.
Okay.
So there you go.
All right.
I think I played as Chester, whose hobbies include bench pressing saurian guards. Maxwell the Accelerator's hobby is cooking fast food.
Yeah. But he does it slow.
Clifford the Rock Climber loves mountain climbing, pogo dancing, and gymnastics. Angus the Soldier, his hobby is homemade recreational explosive. And
recreational terrorism.
Yeah, was this before or after the Unabomber?
Yeah, right. I don't know. Cornelius the Samurai.
Oh, he sounds more like Oklahoma City.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
Ted Kaczynski, is that his name?
Texas is the Unabomber.
No, that's the Unabomber.
I can't remember.
That's the Teddy Bomber.
Oklahoma City.
The Teddy Graham Bomber. Cornelius the Samurai's hobbies are collecting shampoo and other personal grooming products. So
because of his troll hair, you see.
Because of his fucking hair, he loves it. Keeps it just so. But let's
Timothy McVeigh.
There we go.
He had the haircut and the fatigues and everything of this dude. Last podcast was a good episode over Timothy McVeigh.
Yeah.
I'll get there.
So the box art. What did the box art make you think of for this game?
I had a pretty good idea. It was very colorful, just like there's a lot of colors, a lot of things involved in these trolls.
Yeah.
And these stone protectors. And they did not skimp on that. They just put them there. on the box.
I would assume this was a platformer.
I would have thought so too.
So pleasantly surprised. I knew going in that it was a beat 'em up because I'd seen it played on
Right.
Twitch, and before then I didn't even know it existed. So, but yeah, just looking at the box, I would have assumed that it is a platform.
As most franchise video games are.
I might not have even known that it was a tie-in. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because I was like, I never heard of Stone
No.
Protectors, and I feel like I was in that target demographic.
Right, you were. Free tattoo inside.
Free tattoo.
That's
Do you
on
like
the
the free
box.
tattoo? Yeah.
I thought that's a neat little thing to throw in there. What other
true.
game's going to give you a free temporary tattoo? None.
Yeah, because I would have with 5 main characters. That's what would have thrown me. So I would have thought it was either maybe a fighting game.
Yeah.
if you can play all 5.
Could have
Sure.
It could have come across as a fighting game for sure.
But
There's a tournament mode in this game, so
yeah,
it kind of is. I mean,
Double Dragon style.
Double
where you
Dragon
fight each
style.
other.
Yeah.
I want to get to that when we get to the good things, bad things.
Okay.
Well, if you were to compare this game to a movie or a celebrity,
I don't know. This encapsulated so much of the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
I just went with the low hanging fruit, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yep.
I just really.
Makes sense.
It's what I think of when I'm playing the game because it's just like, this is the Turtles. It just wasn't that same style of beat 'em up where, like the big one where you had the 4-player arcade version of it, whatever. But
Yeah.
that's just what I thought of was the Turtles.
Yeah, totally.
So, easy pick, but that's my pick this week.
I had a hard time because I was like, well, do I choose one of the new Trolls movies that I haven't seen?
Yeah.
That feels like that wouldn't be
The
like,
McElroys are in Trolls too.
yeah. So do I do that or do I do Troll 2? But then I was like, well, the game isn't that bad. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like Troll 2, I feel like is a slap in the face, kind of. So I went with Infinity War because of all the gems.
That I thought of that too. It was like, this is somebody read their Marvel because it's the same kind of thing.
Because there's 5 of them.
Yeah.
Each one of them has their own gem. As you're like going through the levels, you're picking up gems that enemies drop, and so it's all very like.
And they're the source
stones.
of your power.
Right.
And, yeah.
Totally. And Zoc wants them all.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I got Infinity War vibes.
Just because the characters and then the levels are very stratified into very different segments. I chose I've seen part of the movie and it was really weird, but the Dead or Alive
Yeah,
movie.
man.
Okay.
Sure.
Just because you see like one fighter like climbing a mountain, then you've got another fighter who is pretty much the same sort of character, but they're colored differently. Oh, and they're in the desert. So it was just sort of what this game reminded me.
Yeah.
All right.
Pauly Shore movie.
I didn't do that this week.
Me neither. We need to switch it up, I think.
Yeah, that's played.
I had a real hard time. That played out
In the
fast.
army now because it's the
Okay.
most violent.
There you go.
I'm glad you got one.
Yeah, let's pick a different
Dane
celebrity.
Dane reached out to me and says, "Hey, when that Pauly Shore well dries, maybe you guys should think about Nicolas Cage."
Let's do Nicholas Cage.
That is a much
Such
deeper
a
well.
deep well
it's
to
a real
pick
deep
from.
well, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I've already got ideas.
My problem with Pauly Shore's movies is like they kind of blend together
Yeah.
for me a little bit, and I also haven't seen that many of them. I just
The
kind of
juice is weed so many times.
yeah,
It's like one 23-hour long movie.
Yeah.
In like 8 segments.
sure, yeah.
3 good things.
I guess I
3 bad things.
have an answer.
Okay, okay.
MTV's Spring Break with Pauly Shore.
There you go.
Because I feel like Troll Dolls are probably really popular when he was doing that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Barely squeaked it in.
Got it. And now we're closing the Pauly Shore door. No more wheezing of juice.
3 good things, 3 bad things.
I like this game. I don't like the
Before we go there, just I thought about it. Are there references to Lord of the Rings in this game?
Going back on that Peter Jackson tip, or
Well, like where the crystals are located, is that like Mithrandir? Is what it's called? Isn't that a Lord of the Rings?
It's the
like
cave. It's like the city that the dwarves are from.
yeah,
Right.
Is that Gandalf's ring, or is that what the elves call him, or something?
I don't know enough
And then the
I don't know enough
Saurians
lore
are
to
like
like
Sauron.
right.
It did
I don't
have
know.
some
Maybe
similar names. Yeah, now that you mention
So
it.
I don't know if there were a little bit of
Sauron. I mean, yeah, there's probably something.
look a little
to that.
Hobbit-esque, the old 70s Hobbit cartoon
Yeah.
or whatever. Okay, 3 good things, 3 bad things.
I like the game fine. This is not my genre. I
Sure.
generally do not care for beat 'em ups, and I mean, I didn't feel like this changed my mind. But as games go, it was fine, and I had a decent time. I felt like my first good thing sort of encompasses a lot of stuff, and it's more of like the play modes. You have the option for the CPU to quote unquote help you and play as player 2.
Oh, I didn't even realize
which
that.
is
Yep.
cool. I think that is a
It's
great
very
idea. Doesn't work very well. We'll get to that in my bad things section.
But hey, only child.
right,
So, there you
exactly.
go.
Hostility mode was neat. You could turn on friendly fire. If you're playing with a friend and you turn on hostility mode, your attacks will hurt your friend, so you got to be more careful. I think that adds a whole new dynamic to the game, and that's neat. And this is all just part of my one good thing. And then one of the neat features that I read about, I did not play with someone, but I read that there's a power transfer
Yes.
feature where if you're playing 2-player, you can pause the game and hit L1 and it will transfer power from you to your partner if they're low on lives or low on health or whatever. Very thoughtful. I thought that's
a cool mechanic.
Really neat mechanic. And I thought the tournament mode thing, just basically the fact that they know the game. Again, there's bad things coming, but they know this game could use variety, and they give you plenty of it. And as far as I'm concerned, with the ways you can play it, there's 5 difficulty levels. The very difficult, from easy to very difficult. So I do think they gave that a lot of consideration in the sense of we want you to get your money's worth. So here's lots of different ways to play. I thought the move sets were very good for all the characters. I thought it was neat that like every button had a move you could charge up
Yep.
or do something different.
Yep.
And then there were special moves, like you said, a la Street Fighter, that were unique to each character. And that's a lot when you think about it.
It
Beat
is,
'em up,
especially in a beat 'em
with
up.
5 different playable
Yep.
characters,
'Cause-
each having a unique, completely different move set.
Yep.
That's crazy.
This is on my list too. So I kind of want to add
yeah,
in.
please.
There are 3 attack buttons, and each one of those, like you said, has if you tap it versus hold it, they do 2 different things. So right there, you have 6 different attacks.
Not to mention picking up weapons.
You can pick up weapons. You have a power attack, which is a powerful move that drains energy from your health bar, and then you have a musical attack. So you've got 8 attacks right there that are pretty easy to do, like on the fly.
And they're powerful when you take the time to do them. The special attacks are effective. And I found it, I've played fighting games that didn't have that many moves on each character,
And that's not even including throws.
Yeah.
I mean, you can throw them
Yeah.
different ways when you got someone in a grab.
Which I thought,
Yeah.
that really stood out to me.
Yeah.
As like, they really wanted this to not just be boilerplate. They wanted it to be,
There's some depth.
there's depth, and it gives you 5 different characters to play through as.
And they're varied. They're incredibly
not just
varied.
variations on a theme. They
Play different.
They do.
Yeah. Like Angus has a gun, right?
Yeah,
So, I mean,
and
it's like
just-
the
He has a
grenades.
gun.
He's very good at improv.
But yeah, I thought that was probably my best favorite good thing about that game. It's just you just don't see that level of depth per character, and given that there are 5 different characters, that's a lot.
It's wild. You don't see that in
No.
the Ninja Turtle beat 'em ups.
No.
I mean, it's like
Tournament Fighters is the only thing that has that sort of depth to the tournaments.
right, and that's a straight up fighting game. But as far as like beat 'em ups go, like I love this genre. This is rare. Like seeing this was kind of a treat because it was like, it's a cool mechanic where it's like a tap versus a hold on the attack button.
Well, and I don't know-
3 different attack
yeah.
buttons. Yeah, it's neat.
And I don't
Am I
know as
crazy
much-
in that jump felt useless?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
I
it-
like that because it's like so many beat 'em ups. You just jump kick your way through the game.
Jump kick. Yeah.
But this kind of made it feel like, oh fuck, I got a whole bunch of shit I can do on the ground.
Yeah.
And like, so, but yeah, I do agree with you.
Because
The
I kept
jump,
trying to do stuff, and it was like the jump was like slow. By the time I land, I'm just getting hit.
I feel like this is on bad things. I know we're not there yet, but in general, I think you're too slow.
Yep.
I think the enemies
That's what I have as well.
they're faster than you are, and
It's like a normal person versus reverse Flash on certain bosses, where it's kind of ridiculous.
yeah, and I kind of get why they did it to some extent. When you're not fighting a boss, they can only display 3 enemy characters on the screen at a time. So I feel like they made them a little bit faster, or honestly, I think they made you, the player, a little bit slower in order to compensate where it's like, oh, well, if you just have 3 enemies on the screen and everyone's the same speed, this game's going to be a cakewalk. So I think it was a design decision. I don't know necessarily that it was a good design decision,
Yeah.
but I think they did it on purpose.
But the fact that it doesn't feel like it was just a flaw in the programming, that
Right.
they decided to do it, again speaks to their give a shit about this game.
Yeah.
I felt that this game was cared about by the people that developed it.
Yeah, which was Eurocom.
Yeah.
Are you guys familiar with Eurocom? Yeah, this was like, because I looked them up because
That looked like a 90s CD-ROM.
Their logo,
game.
yeah, it totally
like I'm
did.
booting up Inca or some
Yes.
shit.
yeah, they did Stone Protectors in 1994 for the Super Nintendo. They also developed the Genesis version, which was
That never got-
scrap.
Yeah.
They did Dino Dini's Soccer for the SNES. Brutal.
We'll get there.
Yeah. I remember seeing ads for this, but I never played it. Brutal Paws of Fury, which I
Oh,
think
yeah.
is the furry fighting game. They did Disney's The Jungle Book.
Really?
Which, yeah.
That was graphically a success.
Graphically, it was good.
Except
Not
for
a
when they
good
don't
game,
load certain aspects you need to
Yeah.
finish the
Right.
level.
Yeah.
Maybe they stretched a little too thin on that one.
They did Super Drop Zone. We haven't done that one yet. They did Maui Mallard in Cold Shadow, which is
seen
I've
that.
seen the box
Donald
art for
Duck
that
with
so
a
many
blindfold.
times. Right. Yeah.
These were all Super Nintendo games.
These are all, and they did more than Super Nintendo games,
Right.
but I just wanted to list the SNES.
So we're going to
ones.
have a lot more Eurocom in our
Yeah.
future.
Yeah.
European
Okay.
communism.
Yes,
That's-
exactly.
If there's one of these
Comrade.
shows got to really embrace, it's European communism.
I mean, some would argue
the
that the
wave of the-
trolls brought communism to the shores
Yeah.
of North America.
Yeah.
It's the wave of the future.
Public domain. Everybody gets a piece.
Speaking of graphics, I thought the graphics in this game were good. There were a lot of good colors. I thought the movement was clear. I liked the SNES drunk mentioned the stuff in the foreground. You know, you'd see smoke in the foreground or something that added a lot of depth to each level. It made it feel like you're looking
Lots-
on a stage,
yeah.
you know, like, and then also the animations at the beginning were very smooth. It was very cartoonish.
Oh yeah, when like Zoc is like
Yeah.
bashing the door down with his
Or
axe.
where you see the axe and someone's running, the axe
Yeah.
is moving. It's not
And it
just
is
there.
smooth. It's not a PNG.
smooth
Yeah.
movement, and it was like it felt that they were building up the fact that
felt
this
like
is
I
based
was
on a cartoon.
Yeah, I feel like I was playing a 90s cartoon.
yeah,
Yeah.
And I think that's great. It was ugly, but everything in the 90s
Yeah, it got
was
the
ugly.
By
it was
design.
reviewed negatively.
Yes, by design.
But I do think they were comparing it against probably more realistic fighting games.
Well, and then
You know,
SNES
just
Drunk
different.
said the same thing. He's like, everything in this is garish and bright and ugly, but that's what they looked like. That's what
That was the
toys looked
target.
like, and the cartoon was like that. That's what we wanted.
Yeah,
so.
Zoc is like beyond line, and he's like day glow green.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've got that on my list as
And
well.
hot
Good
pink.
things. Yeah.
Hot pink
Oh
and
yeah.
day glow
Yeah.
green.
Great combo.
Yep.
But like my list
It's
presentation.
like what's his name? Caesar Romano Joker.
Caesar Romero.
Romero. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Or like if Caesar
Ray
Romero.
Romano Joker.
just everything.
Hey, bats.
Hey,
She
that
plays
was
Harley Quinn.
that was the cameo I was trying to think of from The Office. Ray Romano had a cameo.
I don't
in that as
remember
one of
him
the
in The
interview
Office.
candidates for
Oh.
the manager job. He's like, I was supposed to start a new job
didn't,
today.
I didn't get it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know. I'm leaving.
I forgot.
It's like,
I
I'm
forgot
afraid
about
if
that.
I get this job, then that's it. I'm here forever. This is it. I might as well be carving my tombstone. But maybe I'm just afraid of being happy. It was fucking great. Anyway,
My first
Who's
memory.
the guy who talks about the fingerlings all the time? My family's got a vacation in the fingerlings. I'm gonna get out of here.
My first memory of Ray Romano is on Dr. Katz, professional
Oh,
therapist.
wow.
That's the first time I ever heard anything from him and Dave Chappelle. That's the first time I ever heard Dave Chappelle.
David Cross.
Yeah.
Everybody. The first time I heard
Yeah.
of them was Dr. Katz.
Yeah, man.
H. John Benjamin.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
cool.
love that show.
God, it's so good.
Presentation.
Presentation. That's on my list of good things. I thought the graphics are great.
Yeah.
I get it. Everything that you're saying,
Just because they're ugly doesn't mean they weren't good.
and that's truly subjective. You know,
Right. To me, they were ugly, but yeah, it doesn't. Again,
I
It
didn't
looked
think
like a Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah, I felt like they they had a target, and they hit that target. And I think
again, just attention to detail.
Yeah.
They were told, "This is what we want. Make it look like this," and they fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
They could not have done it better.
pleasantly surprised.
Yes.
At that. I thought the music was good.
The music was good. This was not a bad game at all. I mean, it had.
It was
some
clunky. It was
moments.
slow, but it
You ready-
was like I've
You ready to
had,
move to the bad things?
I've had way worse
Okay.
games. Yeah.
Did
Yeah,
Did you have other good things to add, Tyler? Or?
I liked the plethora of items and one-ups, and because
Yeah,
you
they
had
do
the
give you
healing
lots of help.
items,
Lots of help.
burgers, fries, popsicles.
You burp every time you eat something,
Yeah.
which definitely never got old.
And then what? They did have a plethora of extra weapons you could get:
Yeah.
throwing stars, hockey sticks, flamethrowers.
But some of the trolls can't pick up each
The
troll
rope. I
can't
can pick up the rope.
one.
Yeah.
Each troll cannot pick up one thing because it's exclusive to the other.
And that's fine. That's a
which
little
is
variety.
fine. It incentivizes you to play as
Play
the
as
other
different
troll.
characters,
And
yeah.
I think too, you're right. Just the fact that they didn't give you any continues, but you get like 7 lives.
And they're pretty
But
with
they-
one-ups and even two-ups.
They
so.
I
do
know,
a good
right?
job of trying to keep you alive with the knowledge that you don't have any continues, which is cool.
Yep.
Made it very playable.
Yep.
And it didn't feel broken up because you didn't have to continue all the time. You could just keep playing.
Yep.
Yeah. We're moving to
What
the
bad
bad
things, Jav?
Bad thing.
I got a few.
Me too.
It was too long.
Okay, yeah.
I agree with, again, SNES Drunk. He mentioned that it's like an hour and a half playthrough. It didn't need to be as long as it was. I kind of agree, especially when you got
5 characters.
5 characters that you could play with.
Sure.
You don't need it to be that long. It doesn't necessarily make it a bad thing, but to me, it got real boring real fast because the variation of enemies was zip. You had like a few different enemies here and there, but for the most part, it was the same thing over and over. And
Yeah.
it kind of bored me to
No,
death.
I get that. And I in defense of the game, the first time I played it through it took me an hour and a half. The second time I played through it took me 40 minutes. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I think the roller record speedrun is like 17 minutes.
wow, I want to watch that. I should have watched that, but 17 minutes seems really, really fast. I want to check that out. But yeah, I get that. And maybe I went in with, because I had watched the SNES Drunk video before I played the game.
Yeah.
So I went in expecting the levels to be way longer than they were because of that review.
Okay.
So when I got into it, it was kind of like, oh, well, yeah, I guess it's a little long, but it wasn't like, I was expecting them to be crazy long, like Terminator 1 levels of long, where it's like, is the first level not over
I
yet?
haven't seen this movie. Is half of it in the future?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Well, I did not watch that video till after I played it through, and I agree.
So, yeah.
when he said the
Your-
levels were too long, I was like, no fucking shit.
Yeah, your fresh
I
perspective
gave
on it.
up out of time necessity. I just didn't finish the game, but I agreed that it was. I felt like it could have been shorter and been better. Way.
I'd like to build on what you just said with one of my, and probably my biggest complaints about the game. You said that that it was long and that made it, and the lack of variations in enemies made it boring. Man, I'm really disappointed by how boring this game was, because it actually it was boring. my biggest complaint about the game is that, and it's so fucking sad to me because they built these cool mechanics where it's like you have multiple attacks that you can easily switch from by whether you're doing a tap or a hold on the button. They have 3 different attack buttons. They're doing all this cool shit. And then this game is a thesis statement on why beat 'em ups have mechanics where powerful moves take your life. Because the musical ability that each character has
Devastating.
clears the screen and costs you literally nothing. They're unlimited use. As long as you can input the command, it happens. They don't take any life. There's no currency for this ability. So the first time I went through the game, it was just drum solo the game. Like I'd wait till 3 enemies were on the screen. Okay, half circle forward. Okay, drum solo. Brrr, comets, they're dead. Okay, move to the right.
Yeah.
3 enemies come on the screen. Drum solo. I'm not saying you have to play the game that way.
But you could.
But it's the optimal way to play it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's easy to fall into that trap because why the fuck not?
So that's why I
But
played.
then you finish the game, you're like, maybe I should have varied it up a little.
Maybe, kind of.
Yeah.
But see, okay, so like the flip side of that coin to me loving all the variety of moves, half of those are worthless. Because like the range on some of these moves is like, it's literally like 4 pixels.
And they're slower.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like, it's one of those where it's like great idea, poor execution, because it's like what you've done is you've given a wide variety of options, but like
They're bad.
most of them are bad.
Most of them are bad. And
It's like there's 2 optimal ones.
the ones that aren't bad are
It's
too
Tinder when you're 40.
powerful.
That sounds like a fun game. New segment. Tinder when
We'll
you're
go through
40.
Tinder
We'll go
when
through
we're
Tinder.
40.
Our average age is probably 40.
We keep
right?
going until we have 2 good options.
Yeah, and then we call them live on the show.
Yep.
This is a separate podcast altogether. Then we go on a date. All 3 of us go on a date
Yeah,
with them.
together.
Together.
Uh-huh.
There is like a
Oh,
Thrinder
yeah, we're
for
all
3
married.
ways. So Thrinder where it's 3 guys.
Is there a 4-way? 4-way one?
We'll make it.
Let's find
We'll
it.
make it. Let's find an
New
app
app.
developer.
New app.
If there's not 2 of us, we'll just wear one set of clothing together. But yeah, my biggest complaint of the game is that for everything that they seem to have designed well, it kind of all falls apart when it's like, as many times as I've complained about, like, I never use the moves where it takes the powerful moves where it takes your life away. I hate doing that because life is precious and,
Yeah.
but when it's like, when you can do it for free, it's
almost like a
I'm
cheat code.
It is.
I'm a Republican when it comes
Yeah.
to video game moves that take away your
Yeah.
health.
yeah.
All life is precious.
I mean, hey, but I don't know. Like,
It pained me to say I'm a Republican, even as in a joking,
what do you mean
way.
a joke? We all know you're Republican. What the fuck? They think that at work, right?
Yeah, you're right. They think that at work because I keep my mouth shut.
Whenever I'm asked, I'm like, man, I don't get into that. Sorry. Who's president? Man, like,
I don't know, man. When Ross Perot didn't get elected, I just kind of
can I finish? Can I finish?
Man, it didn't carve you for me, man. I'm out.
Has Dana Carvey become president yet? He's played so many presidents. They should just let him be
Just let him do
president.
it.
Just let him do it. But yeah, it's one of those situations in the game where it's like, I wish you wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
It's cool, but there's got to be some kind of, just make some kind of currency for
A
it.
little middle ground.
Yeah, or like a
something.
limit, or it's like you can use 3 of these per level.
Yeah,
kind
make
of
it
thing.
3 dots at the top.
Yeah.
You use 3.
Yeah.
Maybe you could power that back up if you find the right barrel or something. Yeah.
It's just insane to be able to use it
Yeah.
over and over and over again. You don't even have to aim it or nothing. It's just like input the command, everything's dead.
So one of the things I mentioned earlier was that you can have the computer play with you as a second player, which is neat.
Did you try it?
I did not try it. Again, time was not on my side over the weekend, but I did manage to watch a long play of this.
Yeah?
And the guy that played, he played with, he warned everyone, I'm playing with unlimited lives. So maybe a Game Genie did it or something.
Yeah.
And set it to unlimited lives, which is a good thing because he played it on very hard.
Okay.
On the hardest possible
5-star.
difficulty. Yeah. So he had the CPU playing with him. And the CPU, he picked the one on the rollerblades. Okay.
Maxwell.
The AI in this game is fucking useless. It was the funniest thing in the world to watch because, if you stand still long enough, I guess each one does their own little
idle animation.
An idle animation. Sometimes the CPU player would just fucking stand there, and the idle animation was him doing the splits on his rollerblades, and he'd look at the camera with this stupid grin, break the fourth wall, and you'd see this horde of enemies, and this guy is fucking just trying his, and fucking the CPU's just standing back there, grinning,
splits.
doing the splits, fucking boss fight. Doing the splits. At one point, there's a level where there's fire coming out of the ground, little plumes of fire, and the guy could not progress because the CPU kept walking into the fire and burning, walking to the fire, burn, walking to the fire, burn. I mean, it just kept happening, and finally something happened to shake him loose, and he was able to catch up. But yeah, just in the middle of a huge boss battle, and on very difficult, the fucking power bar on the bosses ain't moving.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's just creeping. You could be busted. You could do your little drum move 1,000 times, and it would maybe do the trick. This was hard.
Fun.
Yeah, super fun. But yeah, the whole time, fucking CPU be standing there grinning, doing the splits on his fucking rollerblades, and I could not stop laughing at how ridiculous that looked.
They should have, like, when you select that mode, you should then also select the estimated age of the CPU player. Because it sounds like one of those situations where you, like, give your younger sibling, like, a controller and be like, here, I need help, you know?
They figure one thing out.
Right.
Oh, what? You're not helping. No, look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy's was set on 4-year-old.
That is exactly the right description. And it was the funniest fucking thing. So I think that the fact that the AI is kind of dumb, it kind of nullifies the playing with CPU because it makes it more annoying, obviously, than helpful. And then the last thing, I didn't read the instruction manual, but so I didn't know you could block attacks, and you have to press X and A at the same time to block.
Yeah.
But I would hit enemies, and enemies would be blocking the shit out of me. And at the time when I wrote these notes, I thought there was no way for me to block. So why the fuck can they block? Then I looked at the instructions after the fact. I was like, oh, there is a way.
But X and A is ridiculous.
X and A is stupid. A stupid way to do it.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
That made it kind of just that's why it made my bad list, because I would have liked to have had a block.
I never blocked once in the game, especially through the first playthrough where I'm just drum soloing.
Yeah.
The second time through, I played as Cornelius the samurai and actually like played it, you know?
Yeah.
And no, just pure 100% pure aggression.
Yeah.
Just like rush them down, beat the shit out of them. Yeah.
Sometimes you'd have to wait for him to amble back on the screen.
I know.
You would
I hate
hit him
that.
off the screen,
Yeah.
and then oh, here he comes. I'll get him now.
I was always worried that if an enemy died off screen, because like when you
like it wouldn't know.
well, that it would like because so many enemies drop items, which is cool. I mean, like I would say 70% of the enemies when you kill them drop a stone or food or a 1-up. And I think that's
Get
neat.
all the stones, you get a 1-up, and
Yeah.
then drop 1-ups, and
Yeah, and I think that's cool. But I would get so worried because, like, when you hit an enemy, when you knock an enemy down in this game, they fucking fly, man.
Yeah.
Like they
really
go.
do. They're gone.
And it's like you can be fighting an enemy on the middle of the screen, and like you land the killing blow on them, and they will go off screen sometimes. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm worried that
They're
if they
gonna
drop
drop
something
something
that I
and
don't
it'll
get it because
disappear.
it's in the void, you know.
That's it fell into the common beat 'em up tropes. 2 elevators and going through the jungle, going through fucking Agrabah at one point.
Straight out of Aladdin.
Yep.
I mean, really, like color scheme and like, what's up with the dude in the background with the mohawk who like repeats like several times? That had been like a developer's son or something.
What about Frank, the two-faced Fink you had to fight at the end of Agrabah?
Yeah, I feel like they messed up because like he's like a Frankenstein troll, right? And like, why didn't they put him in the laboratory?
Yeah.
Because like there's a lab at the second last level in the game's a lab, and it's like it makes more sense if he's there than in the desert.
Right. He got away. He escaped.
So
He's really there to help, but you immediately go aggressive on him. He's like,
Oh, fuck.
fine, I'll
All right.
fight you.
So where did it lose you, or where did it get you?
I mean, right off the bat, it felt okay to me. I like I said before, I don't care for the genre, but it was a pretty good game. I think it just started losing stride for me because it was boring and repetitive and just not super interesting after a while. And then maybe that would have been abated by a shorter game, but I don't know. Again, not a huge fan of the genre, so I'd have found something wrong with it anyway. It would have probably lost me anyway. Regardless, I get tired of good beat 'em ups, like excellent ones. I just don't do them well. So that's about it for me.
I guess it lost me on Sucker Punch, the boss, at the end of the second elevator, because that was a weird difficulty spike in sort of a bullshit way where he would have this jump attack that would just
It was devastating.
mow through you.
Yeah.
Like,
The bosses suck in this game.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Like, that's on my list of bad things. Like, the bosses suck in this game. And some of them have really cool design, but it's like, they fucking suck to fight. Because it's like, you also have, like, maybe I should have blocked more, but, like, you can't take many hits.
No.
Like,
No, you
from
really
a regular enemy, let alone a boss.
Yeah.
Like, there was one boss I fought that was just like, hit me 3 times and I was dead. And it was like, oh, fuck. All right, definitely use the drums.
Yeah.
Like. So, yeah, I can tell. In Sucker Punch, it's rough because you're fighting him on this like circular
very
arena.
smaller than the rest
so
of the
small,
levels.
and he's fast, and you're as slow as you always are.
Yep.
So, yeah. I guess unless you're Maxwell,
Yeah.
because they do have different speeds. I maybe should have tried Maxwell.
What about you, Dave?
It didn't really lose me. I mean, yeah, it didn't.
Where'd it
really
get you?
lose
Where
me.
were you like, okay?
Trying out all the moves was fun, and it was fun enough where it was like, even though they're not all effective, that's why I played through it a second time, because I was like, oh, I want to see what Cornelius's moves are, and I easily, but I mean, that could have been sated by like trying all the moves, reset, and then
Again,
starting it up,
repeat,
and as a new character. But I agree. I think it got to a point where it was boring,
Yeah.
and I mean, if you don't, especially if you don't like beat 'em ups, I can see how it would get really boring.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of one of those.
Buy, rent, or birthday?
This is a buy for me. I do
Yeah.
think it would be a good one to have in the arsenal, just as a quick playthrough. If you like the genre, especially, I think there's enough variation there to warrant the purchase. And I think it's part of a franchise that came and went really quickly, and it would be a great conversation piece for, say, someone like me who'd never heard of it. What the fuck is Stone Protectors?
Yeah.
Which is exactly what I said when we picked this up. But it was interesting. And so, yeah, I think a buy is the answer for me. Birthday, yeah. I'd be like, cool. I'll try it. Whatever.
Dave?
It's tough. As a kid, it probably would have been a rent just because of how easy it is to finish. I had a bunch of games that were fucking hard, and that, like, by design, it seemed like almost where it's like, because it's like, oh, I'm going to 102% Donkey Kong Country 2 because I have very few games and a lot of time. It's like one of those.
Yeah.
So because this game is so easy to finish, and upping the difficulty doesn't seem like it's a lot of fun,
Right.
It's when it's just like, well, everything's
bigger
just
health bars.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be too harsh on it. Like, as an adult, I would buy it.
Yeah.
But as a kid, if it were a birthday, I wouldn't be disappointed. But I also grew up for a long time as the only child.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably would have been really disappointed. I would have been excited at first as the one player plus CPU. But then probably would have got really frustrated with it after seeing it do the splits while I'm dying. What about you, Tyler?
I think birthday.
Yeah.
You know, rent or birthday. I wouldn't have bought this with my own money, but if Josh and I had rented this and played it, and then I got it for my birthday, I would have been okay.
Yeah.
What do we think Flopsy has to say about it?
I didn't look, so I can participate in this one as well.
Yeah.
Is this common, uncommon?
I think it's got to be uncommon.
Got to be
right?
uncommon,
I
right?
agree.
Yeah.
Agree.
Or is it possibly rare?
It could possibly be rare,
I don't know.
but I'm going to lean toward uncommon just
think-
because I feel like rare games are
It was published by
Star
Kimco.
Fox, whatever. But
I'll go with uncommon as well, because even just because I didn't know anything about it doesn't mean it wasn't big enough a deal to potentially be out there
Yeah.
in the wild.
I've seen it in the wild, so I'll go uncommon as well.
Okay.
yeah, I'll say 3 stars uncommon.
I'm going to go 3.5 stars is what I think Flopsy said.
Flopsy does typically is typically pretty generous.
Skews high. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go 2.5 just to be different. But I think you guys are probably right.
Okay.
According to the Ultimate Nintendo Guide to the SNES Library 1991 through 1998 by Pat Contry, courtesy of Monster Mold Mike and a shadowy benefactor, Flopsy gives this game, I swear to God I didn't look this up, 2.5 stars.
Nice.
Availability, rare.
Oh.
A rare game.
That might be one of the first ones we've done since the tournament games or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. I don't think we've seen any rares pop
I am
up.
surprised that it's rare.
The reflections say, I remember seeing ads for the show. That makes one of us. And thinking, ugly troll dolls ripping off TMNT? Stupid. So, yeah. Yeah, man. Their marketing totally missed me.
Yeah.
100%. Well, based on that information, how much do you think this game goes for?
Jeez.
Well, that skews me up way high. If it's rare,
I mean, at least $80.
I was going to say $83.
$80.
$80, $83. Actual retail value of stone protectors for the Super Nintendo loose on average at the time of this recording, according to PriceCharting.com, is $109.95.
Not too far off.
Man.
I saw it at our
crazy.
local shop for $80, and I almost bought it.
Damn.
But this was like 2 years ago.
So,
I almost bought it, but it was also like $80. You know what I mean? It wasn't one of those where it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna drop $80 on this just on a whim
yeah.
because it's.
That's tough. $80 a lot of money.
So I think what that's saying is that I probably won't buy this game for a long time.
Yeah.
Until that bubble bursts. Which I mean, I hate to be this guy, but it's like I'm not in collecting for the money. So it's like burst, baby.
Yeah.
Burst so I can buy these games for cheap. You know.
Well, all right. You guys got any achievements?
I've got a couple. My first achievement is Zock It To Me. And to get Zock It To Me, you beat Zock at the end of the game on very hard so that you get the concert ending, which was really, really long.
How is it different?
I don't know how it's different. I told you I watched the long play.
Yeah.
And the concert at the end is really long. They play 2 songs.
Oh, that's why. Okay. Because when I beat the game on 1 star, which is the default, there's a long concert.
Yeah. And
I mean, it's like 3 minutes.
Yeah. And what's neat is
Of them just like.
Just jamming.
Just jamming.
but
The
it was
CD was going to come out pretty soon, but then got canceled.
it was cool though because during the little concert, the animation, when the different parts of the music play, a spotlight shows
Right.
on and
That
beats to the
character.
beat of the character that's playing like the bass or
Right.
the keyboard or the guitar part.
It's neat.
which
It goes
was
on for
neat.
way too long, but it's neat.
super long. And then in the very hard, apparently, it's just there's a second song
Okay, that's
that goes on for another couple of minutes.
I would.
Clearly, you're patient. Here's a second song.
Dude, I almost tried playing this game on 5 stars. I can't tell you how fucking pissed I would have been because, like, I had heard that there's like I think in the instruction manual,
It
it's
says
like
the
to get
endings
the
are
real
different.
ending, play on 5 stars.
That's all it is.
Play through this game on
Two
5
songs.
stars and like be like underwhelmed the second time for 3 minutes.
Yeah. Now it's 5 minutes. Stay around for the second song. My second achievement is
I thought you were gonna have play this game with Richard Nixon. Zock it to me.
Zock it to me. That's a good alternative to that one. My second achievement is everything but the kitchen sink.
Ah,
And to get everything but the kitchen Zinc, you defeat Zinc in all of his forms on very hard. You fight the henchman Zinc
Yeah, he's-
like 4 or 5 times as the boss.
he is
in various forms.
Zock's
Zock's-
J to his Silent Bob.
Exactly. He's the rotten henchman who is repeatedly dismissed by Zock for being incompetent.
Yeah, he's like Bebop and Rocksteady.
All rolled into one.
Yeah, one lovable bright yellow package.
That's all I got.
I have a few. First one, I have a question mark after it because I just thought the title was funny. I didn't really come up with an achievement. It's a Kumzok. And I guess the order I'm like, Kumzok, your mom finds this under your bed and asks about it.
Or you get him to
Ashamed
like
to explain
You're
it.
right. It's not what it looks like.
when you're fighting Zoc, you get him to just barely alive.
Come a little bit.
Yeah. You just edge him. You edge him for a long time.
That's the actual ending, the real ending.
The next achievement I have is Kefka-esque. In order to unlock Kefka-esque, kill 3 enemies in a row to make it kind of sound like Kefka from Final Fantasy is laughing. Because when they die, they do like the first half
Yeah.
of Kefka's laugh. They're like, "Roar."
Yeah.
So when you get 3 of them immediately right after the other, it's like, "Roar, roar, roar." It's like almost. You're almost there. Next achievement I have is their Stones of Power Glow. In order to unlock their Stones of Power Glow, dip your balls into the lava on the second to last stage. Next achievement I have is Telecalled. He wants Meteo back. In order to unlock Telecalled, he wants Meteo back. Die immediately after performing a drum solo, which rains Meteos on your enemies.
That's really good. I like that one a lot.
Next achievement I got is you got to pay the troll toll. In order to
Get in the
unlock
troll hole?
you got to pay the troll toll. Buy stone protectors for a boy.
Oh, no.
And the last achievement I have is when a problem comes along, you must whip it. In order to unlock when a problem comes along, you must whip it. Use the whip weapon in the game to hit one of the Saurians that's wearing armor, and the armor explodes off of them.
Yep.
Much like it just reminded me of the Devo video.
Okay, it was a whip. I was like, why is there a rope I can't pick up?
Yeah.
He's making a brr sound so we can induct this brr, brr.
It's not worth it. Yeah. Don't do it.
I've got 6 achievements. The first one being the big payback. Brr, 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 brr. And you unlock that.
Let's isolate that.
Yeah.
Done.
Kill a boss with Cornelius's shout.
Yes. He's like an Elvis samurai.
Yeah.
He like has the rings of sound that come out and everything.
Eat my gum fire. Kill an enemy with Angus's bazooka shot. So bazooka joke gum.
Hey.
The worst gum.
The worst
Right?
gum.
We
Yeah.
can all agree.
that 10-year-old gum.
Teenage
and
Mutant Ninja
those-
Turtles trading card.
Well, the
gum.
football gum that we tried forever ago.
I liked the Bazooka Joe
Really?
with the comic book with the comic on it.
Yeah, but that's its only redeeming factor.
I
is
liked
that-
it though.
Yeah.
I like the taste.
You like the gum
I like
itself?
chewing gum. I like bubble gum.
Yeah.
I like that
Double
flavor.
bubble, homie.
Hubba Bubba.
Blow pops.
Big
Love
League
a blow
Chew.
pop. Big League Chew was good as a kid. I cannot see myself doing Big League Chew as an adult.
Bubblicious.
Bubblicious was good.
We used to watch the Saturday morning cartoons. Used to have the best gum commercials.
Yeah, they were like designed for gum
Trying to-
commercials.
Love the gum.
That's impressive. Keep a weapon for a whole screen,
Yeah,
which I never did.
because you lose your weapon as soon as you're knocked
you get knocked
over.
down,
yeah,
yep.
which is that's a cool mechanic that it doesn't like
It says
decay
it
over
run out
time.
after 3 hits
Yeah.
or whatever.
And they had like throwing stars and stuff as weapons too.
It's
And
like a-
That's the closest I
flamethrower.
came.
Yeah, it's like a reward for staying on your feet.
Yeah.
if you keep your weapon.
Yeah.
Knock off cock knocker. That is beat sucker puncher.
Yeah.
Nice.
Who looked like cock knocker from Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Tyler Holland's musical prowess. You unlock that by beating the game without any musical moves,
Hey.
which I did.
Nice.
Hey, nice shit.
Because I have no musical prowess whatsoever.
So did you just choose not to do the musical
I just,
stuff? Or?
special moves just are always kind of a turn off for me. So once
Yeah.
I saw like in a little break where it tells you, I was like, nope.
I thought that was cool too that they tell you how
does
to do
tell
the
you,
moves
yeah.
in the game. So I think that's pretty neat.
Yeah. And then my last one is I'm just going to swing my arms, and if you get in the way and get hit, then it's your fault. You unlock that by winning with just walking and punching, which I also unlocked.
Nice. Okay.
Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
had a lot of fun talking about trolls and protecting
Boys' holes
stones
and-
and so many goddamn boys' holes. It's ridiculous. So many boys' holes that were on a list. Not happy about that, but it's a price you got to pay to do a podcast.
It's the
I guess.
job. It's the job.
If you were to give this game a beard, it sums up how you feel about it. What kind of beard would you give it?
Just because he's big, muscular, colorful, and comical. Armstrong's mustache from Full Metal Alchemist.
Okay.
Nice. I love it.
All right. Yeah, that's great.
It's an epic mustache.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to give this game a pair of glasses, what kind of glasses would you give it?
Every one of the Neutrinos glasses from Ninja Turtles.
Right on, Daddy-O.
The triangular
Daddy-O, we are
shape.
frozen.
Weird shape. Yeah.
So many triangles.
Fun fact, all the triangles ever were used in the 90s.
Yeah.
We used them up.
We would have gotten
We no longer have triangles because of the 90s.
We would have gotten the polygons so much earlier had it not been for the 90s.
Right?
Just using them all up. There was a shortage. Do you guys, what do you want to do for next episode? What game do you want to do? Do you want to randomize it? Or any suggestions?
I don't have any suggestions at this point.
I don't really either.
I thought I did, but then I found out it was an NES game, so that doesn't work.
Well, you mentioned that your favorite character was a rock climber.
Oh boy, I'm not sure I want to do cliffhanger. I don't know.
Cliffhanger based on the movie?
Yeah.
The Sylvester Stallone movie?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Because that's going to require me to play the game, which I haven't played, but boy, have I seen so many
It's supposed to be
videos.
awful.
Oh, it looks terrible. It would also require that I watch Cliffhanger, which is something I don't necessarily want to do this week.
Yeah.
I've seen Cliffhanger many times.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Yeah, I've never seen it. Shocker.
You want to randomize it, see what we get?
Sure.
Okay. Let me go grab this batter up peripheral, plug it in, put it down Wild and Crazy Kid style, my head on it so I can point my no-no hole in a random direction and say
Watch
the
out for the
prayer.
trolls.
We all have to say... Beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, 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 boop. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Stop.
387.
Have we done it?
We have.
What is it?
NHL 94. We've done the whole series.
Done.
right.
We're done,
Try
baby.
again,
Let's
randomizer.
do the randomizer chant faster
Okay.
so we get a better game.
Okay.
That was awesome.
No whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
Felt
Stop.
weird though. Felt like a dry hand job.
Hand job's a hand job.
The
Fuck it, I'll
randomizer's
take it.
almost there. Don't stop.
I mean, kinda. I could argue against that where it's like, I'll do it myself. 217.
Have we done it?
We have not. Done it.
Is it cliffhanger?
It is. It would be great if it was, but it's not.
217.
There was an achievement title I couldn't think of an achievement for, which was Clifford's Big Red Hog. But yeah. 217.
Is it the D's?
It's the G's.
The G's.
No idea.
I've never heard of it.
Is it a sports game?
It's not I mean, maybe it is, but probably not. It is Gun Force.
Gun
Gun
Force.
Force.
Gun Force.
Okay.
Maybe it's also a 90s cartoon that I never heard of. It kind of sounds like it might be.
Certainly could be.
Gun Force. We are the Gun Force. 3 unlikely 6-year-olds found a gun in their dad's closet
They
and
found
became
magical crystal guns that turned them into adults.
And they use them to dole out justice in the neighborhood. I'm going into this blind as hell. I
Same.
have no idea. Gun
Same.
Force.
Gun for one word.
Gun Force.
Gun Force.
Gun Force.
Gun Force.
Gun Force. Capital G, capital F. Gun Force.
All right.
All right, you guys want to head into community corner then?
Yeah.
All right.
Stand by for more music from Stone Protectors.
The name is Max. I'm a skater blader. One slice for me and it's see you later.
Chester's my name, and I like food. Like to squeeze bad guys with my wrestling moves. My name is Angus. Gus to my pals. I'll make anything into an arsenal.
Cornelius is my name, memorize my thing. Fight like a warrior, sing like the king.
They call me Cliff and I like to climb. Put the drop on bad dudes anytime.
We're the Stone Protectors. Our
Their stones of power glow.
They do. What part of the show is this, Tyler?
Community corner.
Oh, all right. So we've got some stuff to try to eat.
Yeah, you got a bag of Doritos.
Dorestos, as Kenneth says. I'm
Dorestos.
going to call them Dorestos.
Is that how you say it in Spanish? I know she knows Spanish.
Maybe. So I just saw tamarind Doritos. So I was like, okay, I've never seen those before. That sounds like a flavor that would be one of those overseas gift box TikToks.
Tangy
So-
tamarind.
Tamarind, you
Tamarind.
see
Mr.
Tamarind.
Tamarind, man.
You see tamarind in like curries and pad thai and wash your sister sauce.
Wash your sister sauce.
Worcestershire sauce.
I'm gonna say it like that from now on.
Wash
though.
your sister sauce.
They're gonna kick me out of the steakhouse.
All right, so I can open this bad boy.
You use that on steak, right?
You could, yeah. Smells interesting.
Does it smell like tamarind?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever smelled like it's like brown pods that look like pea
Good
pods.
God, that just hit me.
You got a whiff of that.
I did. I wasn't even trying it. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, your face, for the listener, Ian's face was pointed in the opposite direction of the open
A
bag.
cartoony curl of a hand came and like flicked his nose.
It totally did. Good Lord.
I hate to break this to you, Ian, but I think a skunk is about to have sex with you.
Oh, fine. Forcibly.
Or try to.
Tamarind Doritos.
All right. Yeah, fuck with that.
Ooh, that's a tasty chip.
Oh, good.
It's tangy. Just like it says in the bag. Tangy. Ooh.
Oh, the back end is kind of limey.
I like
It
it.
is. It reminds me of like, oh shit, what do you call them?
Takis.
Yeah, Takis.
Fruit Brute.
Fruit Brute.
Because originally, before they were lime, they were tamarind.
Tamarind.
It just didn't go over very well.
Curry flavored cereal.
I like that. It does. It tastes just like Takis.
It does.
Which I could eat
On the back half, yeah.
bags and bags of Takis.
That's good.
You want to reach over in the hutch and try something else, or we want to take this quiz?
I do want to try those pork rinds. However, I know that they're expired. Is it okay to eat expired pork rinds? Ian's shaking his head. No.
We're not doing this quiz.
Oh.
It ain't working.
Oh, bummer. I wonder if I can message him real fast.
Maybe.
It
'cause
expired
let me bring it up.
March of 21.
Keep talking.
So a year and a half ago.
I just sent him a message.
Oh, okay.
Smells fine.
I don't like pork rinds anyway. I'm not going to have those.
I love pork
I'm
rinds.
going to have more of these tamarind Doritos, though. Where did these chips come from, did you say?
Where did I find those? Kroger, maybe?
I'm going to get a bag of these to take home because Gage will love them.
These pork rinds are old Uncle Porker's pork crisps. And I say that because of the packaging. It looks very
It does.
old-timey wood there. Sriracha flavored.
Sriracha flavor.
Pork skins fried in coconut oil.
Okay.
Sounds pretty good. They probably were delicious a year and a half ago.
Yep, you are correct.
Cheers. They smell
right.
good.
Oh,
I'm spitting that out.
man.
I have rarely seen you spit food out, like maybe twice before. It sounded awful.
It's bad. It's bad. It was
Oh,
real
yeah.
bad. The
Like cotton candy with a shell.
I mean,
cotton candy with a shell.
You want to set them over here to toss them?
Oh, fuck.
Yep, those are done.
Damn it. Well, what sucks is the seasoning tasted really good. I've got that on my tongue still.
Yeah, best by March 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you said that. I was looking at something else.
Yeah, you were trying to get that quiz going.
Yeah.
Is there any other spoiled food that we can eat?
Oh, my friend. All of it.
I see. For the listener doesn't know. Tyler has an M&M stand from a gas station.
Yep.
That has a whole bunch of hot sauce in the chips and stuff. That
The hot sauce will be fine.
yeah,
but
the hot
it's
sauce
all
will
back
be
to
good.
chips.
But yeah, what are those wrap snacks?
I do have cheddar barbecue Cardi B wrap snacks.
Did Captain Gunner John Turley bring those, or
He may have.
was there an expiration date on those?
I was trying to find it.
He talked about them. He likes this.
October 4th, 2021. So just
All
just
right.
about a year ago.
Man, worst segment. Tyler and Dave eat spoiled food while Ian does not.
The OGs know. Cardi B.
Cardi, what are these supposed to taste like?
Cheddar
barbecue.
barbecue.
Okay.
WAP.
Yeah. Oh, well,
If
we'll
only.
see.
Maybe after they
Now.
After
expire.
a year.
Better than a pork rinds.
They're still crunchy.
They are.
I don't like the flavor, though.
I gotta have another one because my brain was already like it shut off my flavor receptors. Oh, never mind. I don't want another one.
Yeah, that
I don't know if
aftertaste.
that's not great or just, a year expired.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Toss them. Sorry,
Year
Cardi.
expired. That's year expired. Oh God. Oh fuck. Oh, that's horrible.
You want to do another one?
That was like no.
Yes.
Are those? How old are those ghost pepper potato chips?
I'm not eating those.
Holy shit. Those were. Oh
the
my
front.
God.
January 2nd, 2021.
A year and a half.
No. I'm out. Is there anything not spoiled on there? Oh man, those chips were bad. That like after. Fuck. That's like I ate a
spicy-
dead mouse. God.
Spicy Chakri Mix. This expired in March of 2021.
So are we tossing these expired things?
You guys can eat them if you want.
I will try them.
You guys
so they
can
have
eat
been
them.
tried.
I'm not gonna eat them.
Yeah, I'm out. No.
This is 6,
Not after that wrap
6 of
snack.
2021.
Here, you want a Dorito?
Yeah. I need a palate cleanser. I need a tangy tamarind Dorito, please. Oh God, it really does. It tastes like a mouse, dude. Like when my cats get a mouse and tear it open.
And you take a bite of
It
it.
tastes like that smells.
Oh yeah. Outstanding Puffs, hella hot. I do not see an expiration. Oh, there we go. June of 2023. No,
Hey!
2022. June of 2022. So just not, 4 months expired.
We just had those. John brought some of those last time he was here.
Did he really?
Yeah, he brought these because I made a comment. Isn't that what you already have on the shelf over there?
So, but these we can just go ahead and throw away then if you want to set them over there.
I need a bigger bag.
All right, how about I just mow through some of this shit? Oh, this bag has lost a lot of air.
It really has. It looks like when someone loses a bunch of weight and they have the skin still. That's what that bag looks like.
It does.
Oh my God.
This one expired March 12th of 2022.
God damn it.
2022.
Yep. Incredipuff Sizzling Sriracha. All right, I'm going to knock out these 4 things.
Yes.
I'm going to start.
I'm going to watch you.
I will Oh, I opened. My sense of smell is bad, and I opened the
All right.
bag, and that got me.
I want to whiff of this. I got to wheeze the juice. I don't know that I would eat this, Tyler.
Maybe no. Maybe don't.
Do you have work tomorrow? You won't.
I don't see any mold.
Here go the Incredipuffs. Sizzling Sriracha.
It's actually not too bad. It's a stale puff Cheeto. Does have a little bit of an Indian style taste to it with the garlic and the heat. But there's also some element on the back end there that's just like, ugh.
Spoiled.
It tastes beige. All right.
You just ate COVID in puff form.
Oh, it says right here.
Oh, made
We
of,
were the first to puff COVID.
made of COVID
Hope
concentrate.
you've had your vaccine.
All about coulda, not shoulda. Ghost pepper potato chips. These look good.
The packaging is nice.
Lattice cut chips.
I like that. That sounded crunchy.
Oh, it's hard.
Stale.
Yeah, not that soft crunch, but it's like hard, like a lot of that heat is gone. It's just kind of bland. Not much there.
Sorry. Trader Joe's ghost pepper potato chips.
All right, the Packwee Haunted Ghost Pepper Chips
I love those.
from 2021.
Fresh, they're really good.
Oh,
I should be filming this.
oh my!
I fucked up. I should be filming this.
That's like a tissue paper that you sneezed in and then let it get sort of hard.
Oh, a Kumzak.
Yeah, it's like a cum sock. It's got heat to it. It's like a spicy cum sock.
Is it better and worse than that squid?
Homie,
Oh, better than a squid, man.
that squid was bad.
God, I can't believe y'all ate
That squid was bad.
Oh, I seen it.
I seen it.
Well, that bag looked like it was sealed up good.
It
so
was.
maybe
And what is this?
This is the spicy chakri mix, crunchy, spicy Indian style snack mix from Trader Joe's.
Okay. Does that have an expiration on it?
Yes, I remember looking at it. March,
June 2018.
March of 21.
Oh my God.
these faces.
That was like if you imagine what it'd be like biting into a spider's egg.
Oh, fun. Made of feet.
Oh.
He's
You can tell that
more.
there's several different varieties in here.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's sort of, it's like eating, that's like cardboard. Oh, that's bad.
It's so bad he turned into Dracula
Here,
for a
eat
minute.
one of these.
Yeah.
Eat one of these.
Eat
It's
a
the best palate cleanser.
Eat a tamarine, man.
Those are so good.
They're really good. You're going for more. Are you going to clear the whole shelf
What
off?
the hell? Let's finish it off.
I mean, yeah, it's not going to get any better sitting over there.
Pitos, fiery hot. junk food taste made from peas. Expired in February 23rd, 2022. They look like Flamin' Hot Cheetos. These are okay.
Those are good.
Yeah.
On second thought.
Until a few minutes later.
Yeah, it just has this kind of just blah aftertaste, you know? Like, there's not even any flavor to it, really.
That's the peas.
Yeah, it probably is the peas. Like, there's no heat to these.
Because the food is unique food, it's probably tough to tell what's spoiled versus what it's supposed
just
to taste
weird.
like.
Right. Yeah.
My nose is definitely running. Yeah, those are... Oh, it's just... It tastes old.
Tastes like burning.
It tastes like what it is,
There's another of the outstanding puffs we don't need.
which is old.
Good Lord. Outstanding made a lot of money off of some people.
I know these, so...
What are
New
those?
Orleans Kettle Style Evil Eye Zapp's potato chips.
Those are good. Well, actually, I don't know that I've had the Evil Eye ones.
And they're so crunchy anyway, you won't know if they're stale.
Your teeth are going to break.
Not for sale in California.
Oh.
What?
So must be cancer producing.
I do not see...
Is there a tag on it that you're not supposed to cut off?
I don't see the expiration date on these.
They're good forever. And that's why
Forever.
California won't let you have them. Yeah, you just put that
When
right
the
back
chip
in.
goes back in the bag, we
Yeah,
know.
that's how
that
bad
bag
it is.
Oh, you are filming this. Good.
Yeah. Oh boy.
God, Tyler, stop.
It tastes like dirty yellow. It tastes like what the back rooms look like.
Oh, fun. You just ate a liminal chip.
Oh. That's that mousy, yeah.
Oh, fuck that. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Tim's Cascade style potato chips, extra thick and crunchy. We'll see. Hot. Expired. Here it is, up here.
Okay.
March of 2021. I smell the jalapeno first.
Okay.
Don't put any of these foods in your bomb shelters, folks.
Jalapeno kind of tasty smell is prominent still, but it's like a damp Triscuit. Ugh.
I dated a girl in high school. That was her nickname.
Here's crispy jalapenos.
Just jalapenos?
Mm-hmm.
Are they dehydrated or?
No idea. Made from fresh jalapenos.
Oh, no. What's that going to smell
Not
like?
fresh anymore. They're fermented.
I do not see an expiration date on these.
Oh, God. This one's actually going to kill you. Well, folks, it won't open. Sorry. Tyler tried.
That's the universe speaking to you, Tyler.
Uh-huh.
There we go.
Smell it, please.
Smells like nothing.
Oh, no.
That might be worse. They look like pickle chips.
I mean, they're green, so I don't know if it's
Well, look at the picture, though. The picture shows they're green. That's a darker green, though.
It looks like you're holding a mushroom, homie.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's
was
it has a very, very weak, like blue cheesy sort of thing.
Oh, no.
But I will not be eating this.
That's a liquid.
Chug, 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 chug. Hey, butt chug it.
This is I feel dizzy.
No.
We warned you.
It's like right before the Ambien kicks in, like that floaty.
You just took Ambien. Oh fuck!
No, it's like I did.
That's worse.
This is that stuff with that Nando sent to us, so we couldn't figure out what it was.
Oh right.
Oh, definitely don't eat that. It's a liquid. What?
Red hot chili sauce.
Oh.
12/4/21.
Don't
Yeah,
do
I'm
that
not.
one.
I'm not. I don't even know what's.
That probably has like, if that's like a creamy sauce,
There's
then-
perishable things in there.
Ingredients: vegetable mix, pepper, onion, garlic, cilantro, parsley, soybean oil, tomato paste, vinegar, salt, milk protein.
There you go.
Xanthan gum. Yeah, that I'm too afraid to
That might be
take a
actual
shot
food
of.
poisoning.
Ian, you're gonna do it?
Yeah.
Look, I'll butt chug it if you butt chug it.
All right.
Melissa, okay, I need you to come out here. We're all gonna have our asses up and cheeks spread.
You need to put this in our. Do you have any cake decorating tools?
I mean, this ramen might still be good.
Do we have any?
Oh,
boiling
best
water?
before 2020.
Ooh,
This kimchi ramen is the oldest one.
that's pre-COVID ramen.
Oh, rare.
There may actually be an early strain of COVID in that container. They didn't tell us that it started from ramen.
I've had that before.
Best by 21.
That's
here.
good. Take my word for
August 21. Yeah.
it. Even though I don't typically like curry flavored ramen that much, it just makes me want curry.
So left we have some Toes of Satan, the Death Nut Challenge, the Little Nitro Hottest Gummy Bear, this Tabasco chocolate, which has definitely melted and reformed in the garage.
They look like
It is
pepperoni.
great.
Yeah.
It is great.
It's like what cured meat is that in the tin, Tyler?
Oh my! It does.
It's
it looks like
pate.
spam.
Do you want to keep the 10?
Can I get a zoom in on that?
Yeah, I'll keep the 10. That'll be a good.
That
keepsake.
cured
You're right.
meat. Oh, perfect. That's yellow. I feel bad because people sent this in.
We have Cactus Cooler.
Cactus Cooler. I've wanted to try that. Cold.
Well, I could hold off on this and put this in the fridge and bring it back out.
Yeah. Cactus Cooler. That's like I think it's like a pineapple soda, right?
Orange pineapple. Yeah, I think Kana sent this.
It does sound good.
Okay, so everything else is basically. I think these curries have probably aged out a little too far.
Yeah.
I'm making a pile. We'll just throw it all in the trash tonight. And
What about the
call
death?
it a day?
What about the death nut? The
Those
nuts,
are like vacuum sealed, aren't they?
And do nuts go nuts?
Oh yeah, no, these are shot.
Oh,
If you look at the back, these are definitely.
I want a tight zoom on those. Yeah, those aren't good.
Yeah, these are definitely not edible.
That's a bummer.
I mean, Cody sent us these years ago, and they are dusty as fuck.
I think maybe Big Dick Pie Baker, Chris Fawn sent us some too. Man,
You know, we did say we were definitely going to go through all this stuff and do a video of it.
yeah, here it is.
It's happening.
We didn't say we were going to eat it.
Gonna be good.
We're just throwing it away.
We told you. Promise is a promise.
Ugh.
So we do have plenty of what will be fine hot sauces.
Hot sauce, yes.
And then challenge items.
Yeah. Are the challenge that
Those are going to be expired too. Homie.
one of those is like covered in dust?
that one.
That one.
Yeah, that's one of the Toes of Satan, and they're individually, wrapped in
Vacuum
plastic
sealed.
inside.
And that's like candy, right?
Yeah.
That's like a
I think these are probably still okay.
okay.
We do have 3 of them.
I'm not. It's too late for me to even
We had 4.
imagine doing that.
We had 4, and one of the kids got one of them.
What are they, suckers?
Yep. And
Let me see.
Choco Chica licked the outside of one of them in the plastic wrapper and went, ha, ha.
Thought you were gonna say and turned into a barrel.
Pretty close.
On a level of coward to this is 911, what is your emergency? It's all the way at the top.
5 minutes. What do you have to do for 5 minutes? Suck on that?
Keep it in your mouth for 5 minutes. Can you survive 5 whole minutes of intense heat?
There's one of Anna and her boyfriend and her friends doing this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because the one that Choco Chica took and licked or whatever, and then I gave it to them.
You want to do it?
Yeah, I can do it.
All right. Sure, I'll do it. Let me stop this motherfucker.
You want me to just hold the camera?
Sure. Not really, but sure.
You want me to not point it at you?
It's fine.
If I can get it open, it is not in great condition.
Oh, like the plastic is stuck to the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's been awfully hot in here.
And it's definitely leaked down the stick. Do we have any scissors or anything in here that would help? Or where's John? We need a knife. I'd use my keys, my car keys, but I regularly chew on those.
Dude, I don't know how much of that is going to have like legit microplastics in it.
Okay, we're done. We tried.
No. But suddenly,
Because they're just like, oh, that's just like a fireball. That's cinnamony. I was creeping up there. I mean, I can't do much
Put
with
the
this.
whole thing. No, put that whole thing in your mouth.
you're supposed to eat the plastic.
Yeah, especially the part that looks like my retainer from middle school. Definitely put that in your mouth.
Yeah, I feel it on the back end. That would be difficult. But there, I tried that. Yeah, after 5 minutes of that building up, that wouldn't be great.
So we're throwing those away.
Yeah.
I'm going to go get the trash can. God, I can smell that. That does smell really hot.
Oh yeah, it's kind of getting me now. That's lingering. That's that sugar sticking on my lips and my tongue.
Creeping up.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm excited for this hot sauce.
Yep. We got the gummy bears too.
And the gummy bears, which might also have gone the route of the Satan's toe.
Probably right.
You want to check? You want to check them, or save that for another day?
We'll save that for another day.
All right. Okay. Thanks for eating all that spoiled stuff.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I chickened out after the fucking wrap snacks that tasted like a dead mouse. That's it. That was it.
Thanks, Cardi B.
Yeah.
Woo. All right, community corner.
Community corner. That might have just been it, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
We were going to do, Dane had sent us a quiz in for Indiana Jones that came in late. And I had completely forgotten about it. And then Tyler, I was talking about how much I enjoyed his last quiz that we did on the Wizard of Oz. And Tyler was like, why don't we do the Indiana Jones quiz? And I was like, I forgot about that. And then it's in a weird like JavaScript format.
Yep.
So like we can't do it. We tried. We don't.
Some other time when we can open it.
We don't have the capability.
Although I did read some of the code and it had a lot of really weird words in it. Like, I don't know. It made me want the questions more.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what words? I thought this was a bit.
The C word was in it.
Oh. Cookies?
Which I don't know how that fits in with Indiana Jones. But
My mouth tastes really weird, guys.
Yeah, I believe it.
This
Man.
is a new experience.
Don't tell Melissa that you did this.
well, I mean, he may have to answer. She may have to answer questions later.
Just say that someone punched you.
Oh yeah, it's like hot mold.
Oh no. Ooh.
You know, when you drink spicy bleach.
Cure your COVID.
I hope
Need to
you're
wash
all
My
right.
hands, but my hands have that sticky Satan's toe all over it.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody.
You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, Not SoundCloud, Spotify, everywhere. So don't miss the next episode. We'll talk about Gum Force.
Gun Force.
If someone wants to mail something to us that we eventually throw away, where can they mail that to us?
TADPOG Studios, Kevin Nicole Nance, P.L. Box 3785, Duke, Kentucky 42001.
There was a pandemic.
Yep.
Come on, cut us a break.
I mean, it's not like we didn't try them. I mean, you did try them.
Hey, you sent them. We ate 'em.
There's no I and we.
We're all one here.
Yeah, we're a unit.
Part of the one.
Tyler's the stomach.
Or the asshole.
Man, chugging that Gatorade Zero
It's
probably is not going to help.
Oh, man.
I would not do that.
Just to get the taste out of
Oh,
my mouth.
no. Is there like gum or something you can chew on instead? Or how about the tamarind Doritos? I have some water. If you have a cup, I can pour this in the cup.
I'm okay. Garbage bag full of expired
Oh,
food.
it's so bad.
All right. What else we got? We got Patreon. We do that.
Please go ahead.
People donate money to us every month because they're wonderful. And as you know, I've
And
been running,
forgiving.
and very forgiving.
I want to underline that. Forgiving.
As you know, we've I've been running a contest for the last couple of months. By the time this airs, the winners will have been picked, and we're gonna announce those on the Discord because I think everyone that's entered right now is on Discord somewhat regularly. If not, it'll be next week. We're gonna announce those winners because I won't be doing the drawing until the 1st of November. And this episode goes out on like the 6th or something. It's weird. I don't know. But
Time travel.
anyway, I am going to put the big toy box contest on hold for a couple months just to let everybody kind of bask in the glory that was the last 3 contests. I hope the winner has enjoyed their prize. And we've really been having a lot of fun doing that. So.
Let's do a new contest where we send this bag of spoiled food to anybody who wins.
This is now.
We can sell at that flea market in Nashville where they sell expired food for like a nickel.
Ugh, God help anyone.
Oh, Dykes of Batman and Robin fame exclusively grocery shopped at that flea market.
Wow.
That is how tight-fisted that man is.
I wonder how he would have done with this bag.
Oh, fine. Can
Yeah.
I just take this, you guys?
So instead, this we're not doing a contest November. Probably going to hold off. Maybe at the beginning of 2023, we'll see. We'll pick it back up. The toy box is still there. All those things are going to be perfectly safe and ready to give away later. But we do have a list of executive producers that I would like to read. These are the wonderful people that donate $20 a month, $20 or a month or more to the cause. And I'm going to start that list with Cousin David Galino, Plinko Nick Price, Cubicle Monkey, Enthusiast Jeff Miners, Master Cycle Baron Kevin Link, Joseph Phillips, Gamebug Prime Nathan Eaton, Usurper Grimm, Matt Gentile, a.k.a. Gentle G, Princess Consuela, Banana Hammock, Flavor Trick, Taryn Landon, congratulations on your marriage, Pinball Archmage, Chris Edler, we're sorry you couldn't be on this episode, Platinum member Brett Miller, Sandwich Pope Phil Hawkins, Nate from Utah, first-time caller, and Drink Smith Joey Webster. Thank you guys so much. And thanks to all of our donors. We love you all. We love all of you anyway.
It really helps. It really does. And it goes a long way. So thank you. And thanks for being with us for as long as you have.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
Yeah, you guys are awesome.
It's all.
You going to be all right?
Yeah, it's just weird.
Yeah. Are you tripping?
A little bit.
Yeah. You ate a lot of spoiled food, Tyler.
I did.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, everybody. You can find the show on I already did that.
Oh, no.
You can call us, 270-883-2555.
Yeah.
Shirts.tapog.com.
Yeah.
What else? Our theme song is Moves by Sycamore Drive. Link to that track in the shirts at tapog.com. Hey, you guys want to close it out?
As two guys who are worried about their buddy Tyler.
So until next time.
Hey, Capricorn, man.
It burns.
It burns us.
It burns us.
That was wet.
Oh.
Sounded like you just picked a hamburger up in Stone Protectors.